Hungry Snacks Mills in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people like, oh,
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be able
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I'm back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. So you guys, before we get started, please let me know if you can hear, if you can see, if it's giving sound. We having a jammy jam tonight. We got our drink on deck. We in the jammies tonight. We getting ready to get it popping with our topic. So you guys let me know if you guys can hear, if you can see. Monica, hey. Life with the Leonard family, hey girl. Just Mika said, ow. Y'all let me know if you can hear. All right. So it's giving sound. Okay. Good. Good. Sweetness Forever Me Patterson says, hey love, thanks for being live tonight. No problem. You're welcome, girl. It is, I love, doing this. This is like, it gives me life. You know what I mean? It gives me something to do. I love doing YouTube. This is like, I love it. I love putting all the slides together. I love doing YouTube. So we are having a pajama jam tonight. As y'all can see, I'm in my jammies. And we're going to be getting into some things. Soulja Boy is out here talking about he wants the Lord to bless him with a baby. Said he's been patient. So Lord, please bless me. And as we all know, the Miss Kelly Price, the beautiful, lovely Miss Kelly Price, I don't know if she's missing, if she's resting, if she's giving treatment facility, but we're going to get into some things. Miss Kelly Price, there's been a emotional roller coaster over the last couple of days where we have been informed that Kelly is missing. She had COVID a while back, and she wasn't doing well with COVID. She was admitted into a Georgia hospital, and it seems as though she was released. Her family is like, she was sick and wasn't really doing well. So how is it that she's released? So it's giving, strange. No one has heard from Kelly Price, but her lawyer has since come out and said that she's fine. She's just recovering from COVID at an undisclosed location. But I am going to give you my theory on what I think is really going on. We're going to listen to an interview from Nikki Howard, as well as the sister of Kelly Price. But I have dug up some tea from a few years back, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think is really going on. And once I put it together and put it out there for you, I think it will make a little bit it'll be a little bit more clear, and it'll make better sense as to why there's a silence right now and why we're not actually hearing from Kelly Price. So we'll get into that, and we're going to get into Meek Mill. Meek Mill is saying that it is hard to find a woman these days. It's hard out here for a pimp. He cannot, find any woman unless it's on industry vibes, or, they're wanting something, or they have not, maybe they've slept already with your friends. They have, they don't have a lot of bodies. It's like it's hard to find women these days that are loyal and haven't slept around and Meek Mill, spare me with them knees, brother, with them knees. It's giving old man. But you had, in my mind and in my opinion, he had a good woman. He had the Milano girl, and she's doing very well for herself. He had Milano and didn't know what to do with her. So he was still, lusting and worrying about Nicki Minaj. So, in my opinion, he had a good woman and just didn't know what to do with her. And Beyonce turns 40. She has turned 40 and she penned a letter to her fans, a beautiful letter that she penned to her fans. We're going to go over that. We're going to read the letter and dissect the letter because there are a few things in that letter that Miss B, I was like, kind of questioning. But Miss Beyonce, the Beehive loves her. The Beehive, they love her. And, she penned a letter to her fans just thanking them for 40 years. We're going to get into that. And Chloe Bailey, honey, tearing up the internet, tearing up her Instagram feed with yet more photos of her, her body. And, it's giving, that she's just looking good. But they look photoshopped to me, these photos. They look photoshopped. So we're going to talk about that. Why you don't want people to body shame you. You want the sympathy and you want to cry when people say things about your body. But then you say that you're proud of your body and that, you're proud of your persona, your weight, and all of this. But still and yet you're photoshopping your photos. So we're going to talk about that. And one more, Miss JT. She's out here, child, talking about she is not prego. That the little band that she was wearing, she said, are y'all dumb? You don't have to be prego. Everything is not prego just because I'm nauseous. There are other things that you can be nauseous from. It doesn't have to be pregnancy all of the time. But what else is it, girl? Nachos, flying on an airplane, buying a lot of too many Birkin bags. I mean, what is it? What are you nauseous from? You're nauseous from having to look at Little Uzi Vert every time you got to kiss this man and look him in the face. Is it giving nauseous? Is it making you Earl? Is that what it's giving? Is why you wearing this pregnancy band? Because, child, you got everything you can want and more in the world. So what are you nauseous from? In my opinion, I believe it's giving pregnancy. Because when we looked at those photos, it looked prego to me. And last but not least, honey, they are trying to say on the goddamn internet that Summer Walker is our generation's Mary J Blige. And when I seen that, I said, no ma'am, but I was anxious to see what other people thought about that. Is it giving Mary J Blige? Is Summer Walker the next Mary J Blige? And who is the next big female superstar? So we're going to get into those things and more right here on the Sweet Pea Diaries. You guys let me know in the chat what you think about these things. Do you think that Beyonce, turning 40, do you feel like she's retiring? Penning that letter, is it giving I'm retiring? Is it giving, I'm packing my bags and I'm making room for Chloe Bailey? Who's the next big superstar as far as a female? It looks like Beyonce is trying to pack her bags and make room for the next big female superstar. So we're going to get into these things and more right here on the Sweet Pea Diaries. We're going to get into it. with our jammy jam. We in our jammies. Are you guys in your jammies? Now, I gave you a lot of notice. I started at first I said 10 o'clock, then I said 10:15, then I pushed it to 10:30. So y'all should have got in y'all jammies and y'all should have got y'all drink. So I'm gonna give you now. You let me know in the chat. Is everybody dressed appropriately? Y'all got y'all drinks? Are you dressed in your jammies? Now it doesn't count. It doesn't count if you got on tights and a t-shirt. You got to be in your jammies. You got to have on something, a little pajama set, shorts, top, or whatever. Maybe some sexy lingerie, but it's not giving tights and t-shirts. You can do some boxers and a t-shirt, maybe some boxers and a wife beater. You could do that. So you got to get your drink. You got to get your jammies, because we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it right after this quick little intermission. All right, guys. So you guys let me know if you can hear, if you can see, you can hear, because we're getting ready to get into it, okay? I tried to, child, I had my little stuff, but I had the wrong goddamn. I had the wrong little clip art, child. I'll get it one day. 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 Is it echoing now? Is it still? Let me know if it's still echoing. Yeah, there we go. All right, I got it. All right, that should be better. Okay. I told you everything, all of my little clips, they have audio. So whenever I play something, I got to turn off the audio to the other thing. But I got y'all. There we go. Y'all good. We good. We getting ready to roll. So we're going to start off with Kelly Price, okay? Because this story, it is the story that just keeps on giving. Because I feel like there is really an underlining issue here. There's an underlining story that we don't know about, that we have not been made aware of, that we have not been briefed. Okay, we're gonna cover it first, and then we're gonna get into my commentary and what I really believe is going on based off of how things are going. I'm gonna give it to you, and then I'm gonna let you know what I think about this. All right, so Kelly Price's sister and Nikki Howard. Nikki Howard is very close to Kelly Price, okay? And so they were on a news channel, and this is what they were being interviewed, and this is what they had to say.
To be completely honest with you, I received a call from her daughter and from her sister, and they were very concerned about the fact that they had not heard from Kelly. Initially, I think that the thought was that Kelly was just taking some time to heal. I was really surprised when I saw the TMZ article today. Just like everyone else is, her sister is a wreck, and I would want someone, to stand with me in a time such as this. So I'm just very hopeful that Kelly is safe and that Kelly is, healing. This is terrible. We're all kind of taken by surprise. I talked to Kelly probably a few months before she got sick, like everybody else in the media. When we saw her say that she had COVID, we were very concerned. And our group started to book dates that Kelly was supposed to play. So I got super concerned about it after that and reached out to her family, and this is what we know.
So, of course, you're a close family friend. Do you guys know if authorities are currently conducting a search for her right now? I know she's been listed as a missing person.
Yeah, from what I understand, she is listed as a missing person. Her sister has been frantic. I wish that she could get on here and express for herself how she feels right now. Kelly is listed as a missing person, but again, I'm just prayerful that we find her, that this is just a misunderstanding. I cannot imagine why she hasn't reached out to her family, but I'm hoping and praying that this is just a misunderstanding. It's just, as you can imagine, I'm at a loss for words.
I mean, we all are. We all are. She's been missing for quite some time now. So, what are the thoughts of the family? What are the feelings of the family right now?
I really hate to speak for the family because I see Sean Ray on here. Unfortunately, there's an audio issue. She can't speak right now, but I know that she's very concerned. She asked if I would please join her tonight because she's so concerned. And she is Kelly's only remaining sister, next of kin. She's her older sister. She did a welfare check, from what I understand, on Saturday, and there was no response. From what I understand, the police did, try to reach her. There was no response. Again, I'm just very, very prayerful that Kelly is okay. That's what we're praying for. And we're waiting for more information. I know her daughter and her son are both concerned as well, as are, all the people who love and care about Kelly. I'm very, very concerned. So prayerful that, we will hear from her soon.
Indeed, and all of us here at BNC are praying right along with you guys. But we just know Kelly Price as the award-winning singer, a big voice, a major personality, an accomplished individual. Fill us in on how she is as a person, what she like as a friend, what she like when the lights are off.
Oh my God, that's my girl. Kelly is straight no chaser. She's one of the most talented singers on the planet. Kelly is a fiercely independent woman. I think we all know her as one of the greatest voices of our time, which is why it's so important that we hear from her, especially in this era where there's so many people going missing and there's so little response to it. In this situation, I'm glad that all hands are on deck. I'm glad that everyone is reaching out. But Kelly is a beautiful human being. She has a lot of people who love her, who respect her, and who want to see her home safely. So I'm prayerful. She's a praying woman, so I know whatever it is that she's going through, she's praying herself through it. And we're just hopeful that her family can get the peace that they deserve. Again, I'm here at their request to just kind of help walk them through this. I do know that they are very, very concerned about her. So I hope that with all the attention that this is getting, that we hear from her. Because everybody's concerned. I think I speak on behalf of the entire industry and all the fans of Kelly's music. We are all very concerned.
And just as the black community in general, we're talking about Jelani Day and the idea of black people going missing all the time, and there not being very much coverage. So how can people help? We have social media, everyone has their own brands. How can we help?
Yes. I think it is so important that influencers and celebrities, I mean, it's a very fine line, and I don't want anybody to have a problem with me, but I use my platform every chance I get. I have a foundation, from the bottom up.org, from the bottom up foundation.org. We have right now a page with, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 missing girls in Detroit. Unbelievable how many people go missing and how little attention that it gets. So when this happened to our sister Kelly Price, I think it was just a natural reaction for her family to reach out and say, hey, Nikki, please, how do we navigate this? And again, anyone who's missing deserves attention. Kelly Price is a legend, so obviously there are a bunch of people trying to figure out what's going on now, and hopefully this will be a very good ending. But for so many people, the ending is not so great, and there are a lot of young Black women and boys that are missing that nobody is looking for right now, and that is completely ridiculous and out of control. No shade or slight to Gabby, but at the end of the day, Black lives and Black people who are missing matter as much. And there are several women all over the world, all over the United States, and in Detroit in particular, I will say, that are missing right now. And we need to just figure out, get to the bottom of it.
Well said, ma'am. And, you know, as the Black community, we stand with you guys. We support you. You guys are not alone in this situation. So everyone, that is Nikki Gilbert Daniels, friend of Kelly Price. And of course, we told you that we had some technical difficulties. We're going to go to a break right now, and we're going to try to get Kelly's sister, Sean Ray Cherie Price, right after the break. Stay with us and pray for Kelly Price. Welcome back to After 6, everyone. So we have breaking news right now. Singer Kelly Price is missing. Before the break, we talked with one of her friends, Nikki Gilbert, and she's the singer of the lead singer of the group Brownstone. And I do believe that we are going to bring Nikki back as we are trying to get some technical issues fixed with her sister, Sean Ray Cherie Price. So, you know, let's go right back to the beginning. What was the last thing that you heard from your bestie, from your BF? What do you remember? What was the last thing?
Kelly is my sister in song, indeed. You know, just we were actually talking about something completely unrelated to this, which I won't reveal, you know, our conversation, but she was excited about a lot of things happening in her life. Kelly just recently lost both her parents. She lost her younger sister. She lost her grandmother. So it was really more about, you know, helping her work through the losses of so many people. Just, hey, sis, I'm here for you. Outside of that, it was the same thing that I think everyone else saw in social media, which was that she was battling COVID. I do know that, you know, I don't want to get into her personal medical information. That it will be something that her sister will share. But she had a really tough battle with COVID, and that is the reason why her children were so concerned. So when her daughter reached out to me, we did have a very detailed conversation. I'm really not at liberty to share that. I think it's better coming from a family member. But as someone who cares about Kelly in this industry, I was available for anything they needed. And when they asked me to be here on their behalf tonight, with no question, I'm here.
Oh, of course.
We need to find Kelly Price.
Yeah. And again, it's important that we put the onus on anyone out there that is watching. We are a global community. We have the ability to affect change. We've seen that with the whole George Floyd situation. So let people know, if they're just tuning in, how can they be of service and how can we help move this story forward?
Well, from what I understand, the Cobb County Police Department, they're the people who actually issued the missing persons. So you can contact the Cobb County Police Department. I don't know the name of the detective. I know that Kelly's sister, who unfortunately, for technical difficulties, isn't here tonight, but please contact the Cobb County Police Department if you have any information. Spread the word so that if this is just some sort of weird misunderstanding, that Kelly knows at this point that everybody loves her and everyone is concerned for her, and we are all here to make sure that she is, you know, her family knows that she is safe and sound, and that is the most important thing. I started to get a lot of calls from people that I know that are very close to Kelly, her former manager, Gabby, just a few other people who were like, this isn't like Kelly, Nikki. And I think at that point, you know, we all got very serious about trying to, you know, locate her and hope that she is healing and healthy and safe.
Yeah, and that's what we do in this situation, Nikki. You're doing the right thing. We speak it into existence, put it in the atmosphere, and this thing is going to turn around. Now, if you're just joining us...
I can't accept anything else.
Yes, Nikki, I'm just going to recap if people are just joining us here. We're talking about missing singer Kelly Price. Family says that they haven't seen or heard from her since early August when she was in the hospital dealing with COVID-19. Metro Atlanta authorities are saying that Kelly lives in Atlanta, and she was listed as a missing person after a welfare check was done at her home. So again, Nikki, I want to, ask you again. We know that she was in the hospital. Now we don't know where she is, but we know who we're thinking about. We know who we're talking about. We know who we're praying for. So, tell people that are watching just what type of person your friend is.
She is, again, like I said, just a dynamic sister. She is a prayerful sister. She is rooted in her faith in every sense of the word. She is someone who is assertive and knows what she wants, has been in this industry and contributed a tremendous amount of great talent, and paid a lot of dues in music. Kelly has two amazing children who miss their mom, who are praying for their mother. She has a sister who is an incredible woman who is really concerned about her sister. I spoke with her today, and she literally was, as you can imagine, anybody would be.
And we're back. It's time to see which chew provides the longest lasting flea and tick protection.
Bravecto's the big winner. 12 weeks of powerful protection, nearly 3 times longer than any other chew.
Bravo, Bravecto. Bravo.
Now, you guys, that was basically when I was looking at that, I was like, I see, what they're, I see what they're getting at, and I see, where they're constantly focusing on the fact that Kelly Price had COVID, and, she checked into this Georgia hospital and she wasn't really doing well, and that's the last anyone heard from her. Now, I'm going to get a little bit like people, I'm just going to issue a little warning right now, because see, this is what you guys like to do. And I'm going to tell you right now, I really don't care. Y'all can unsubscribe. People do it all the time, and they come back. And if they don't come back, you just don't come back. I mean, when I give out my commentary and I give about, what I think about something, y'all get upset. And if you don't like it, you unsubscribe. That's on you. I'm not going to beg nobody for a subscription. I'm going to keep it real, because I know how life works, and I know how this COVID thing goes. Now, the hospitals are not closed to the family members anymore. They are not closed to the public. As you heard, her family, her kids had been up there and they had visited her. So there's no reason that Kelly Price would just have gone missing from the hospital. They know where Kelly Price is. Her family knows where Kelly Price is. Okay? I think because the public got a wind of it, and people started talking about it, and they realized that the public is realizing that Kelly Price, we ain't heard from her, because T.S. Madison, I believe, she kicked it off. Last week, she had posted on her Instagram, hey, do y'all remember that Kelly Price said back in July that she had COVID? Y'all go on around there and check on Kelly Price and see what's going on with Kelly. And just so ironically, now this week, they talking about Kelly is missing. I don't believe that Kelly is missing. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to read this article to you. And this went back in 2015. The reason why I do not believe that Kelly Price is missing to the point where her family does not know where she is. First of all, if a person was dealing with COVID and they were able to talk and they were able to speak and they were able to tell a person that they were not doing well, then she wasn't doing bad to the point where she was on a ventilator or she was down where she could not speak. Okay? Now, if she did take that turn and she were on a ventilator, right? And she was in a long-term care facility, or she was somewhere giving, I'm sick, but my bodily, I don't have working functions of my body, my mind, my mental capacity. People gotta wash me, do all these things. then her family would know where she is, right? Her family, they wouldn't be feeling like she's missing, okay? Now, because they would know, the hospital would have made them aware that, okay, she took a turn for the worse and she's on a ventilator, or we're moving her to a long-term care facility. There is no, I know you guys like to be Perry Masons, and I know people out in YouTube, y'all like conspiracy theories, and y'all like it to have a little bit of mystery to it. But there is no such thing as being moved to a long-term care facility and your family not being made aware. They have to have someone sign for you. If you go down and your mind ain't working properly or whatever, they're going to call your family, because they got to have someone to make decisions. It's not going to be a mystery like, oh, she's in a long-term care facility and no one knows and the workers told because it doesn't go like that. Long-term care facilities, it's not going to be private where people don't know and the family doesn't know. They're going to make the family aware that they're transferring you, that they're going to call the kids. They're not little kids. These are adults. They're going to call the kids and the sister. Now, if it's giving that the family does not know where she is, that would not be a long-term care facility. That would be a drug facility. It would be a drug and alcohol rehab. And the reason why they wouldn't hear from you is because when you go to a rehab, you are on blackout for the first 7 days. You are not allowed to make phone calls. You're not allowed to make phone calls. You are not allowed to reach out to anyone. When you go to a rehab, you are not allowed to make phone calls. Anytime you go to a treatment facility and you get admitted, you are not allowed to make phone calls or reach out to anyone. They take your phone, they take all your personal belongings, they lock it up, and they put you on blackout for 7 days because you are detoxing for the first 7 days. Especially if you are on some type of substance like pills or alcohol or something like that. And the reason why I am saying this is because Kellyprice has a history of being addicted to painkillers. And I'm going to show you the receipts. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Y'all like fairy tales. Y'all like for people to, lie and cut around corners and all this. But yes, if a person is admitted to a rehab, they are in lockdown for the first 7 days. They can't talk to their family, friends, no one. They take their cell phones, all their means of communication, and they can't even call from the treatment facilities phones. They're on blackout for 7 days. So, if Kellyprice were to be admitted to that type of facility, that would be the reason why no one is hearing from her, because she's not able to call anyone. Now, if the attorney is coming out with a statement, Kellyprice is fine, she's in an undisclosed location, well, that would be what it's giving to me. Sound like to me she's somewhere getting treatment. She probably dealt with the COVID situation, and while she was in there and she got it together and she said, you know what, straight from here, I'm just going to go get me some help. I'm just going to go there. Since my family already thinks I'm being treated for COVID, I'm just going to go step out and I'm just going to go to the treatment facility. She might not want her family to know that's what she's doing. She's grown. She's entitled to have her own life and make her own decisions. Rian Coutria says, so now she's in rehab. Geez, I didn't say that she was in rehab. Geez, what I said was it does not make any sense that a person would be in a hospital or a long-term care facility. I know you guys like to be Magnum PI, and I know you like to be the young and the restless, and I know you like to be, 48 hours and think that life is a movie, but that's not real life. That's not how life goes. You're not in a hospital or a long-term care facility and no one knows what happened to you. You just disappeared one day and walked out of there and no one knows where you went. It doesn't go like that. Or you don't just leave a hospital and get transferred to a long-term care facility and your family doesn't know. So that is not the narrative. That is not where she is. She is not in a long-term care facility. Because if she was, her family would know about it. Period. If she was in a long-term care facility on a ventilator, not able to speak, her family would have been made aware that they were transferring her. They do not just transfer someone to a long-term care facility that is not speaking, that is not talking, that is not able to do anything for themselves without notifying the family. I need you guys to come down to earth, and I need you to come into the light. It doesn't go like that. My aunt dealt with COVID this year, and she went in there a mess. I mean, she was a normal, healthy 50-some-year-old woman, and COVID took her down. I mean, down. And she was in there when it was you couldn't visit your family, when they were not letting you in the hospital in the beginning, when you had to, people were watching their loved ones on video, on iPhone calls, watching them pass away on phone calls. They weren't allowed to go up to the hospital. It's not like that now. You are allowed to go to the hospital now. You just have to have on a mask and all of that. So there would be no way that Kelly Price would be transferred to a long-term care facility without her family knowing. It would never go like that. They have to sign. And Wu Chow says, with her husband being next of kin, he has the right to make the decisions without informing them of anything, whether they want to know or not. They no longer have the say so. He controls everything. Her children were there. Her children visited her. I do not believe that this woman just all of a sudden went down, went on ventilators, can't speak, and the husband, without telling anybody, moved her to a long-term care facility. It just doesn't make sense. No one would do that. There's no reason for a person to do that. No reason. There's no reason for her husband to not tell her family where she is, period. That's just not how life goes. Life is not a movie. Life is not a Lifetime movie. Now, I'm going to show you what Kelly Price was dealing with in 2015. Since people are saying, oh, you're reaching, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. And something like this don't just go away. On blast, singer Kelly Price accuses CVS drugs. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Singer Kelly Price accuses CVS Drugs of discriminatory practices. CVS responds. Former R&B diva Kelly Price has officially declared war against her local CVS drugstore. The singer hit her Facebook page recently, accusing the drugstore chain of refusing to fill certain prescriptions in what are considered to be bad neighborhoods. Early Tuesday morning, around 1 a.m., the Grammy-nominated R&B singer stopped by a 24-hour CVS pharmacy in Carson, California, for painkillers in advance of dental surgery she was having, and was told by the pharmacist on duty that they didn't fill certain prescriptions after midnight because of the area where the store was located. Price was offended because she believes such a refusal wouldn't have happened in a neighborhood with a higher socioeconomic status and a different demographic makeup. Price hit her Facebook page to explain her position and to appropriately put the drugstore on blast. In an open letter titled, "Shame on You, CVS," Price details her frustration with the drug chain and calls them out on what she feels are discriminatory practices. "Shame on you, CVS. I went into this 24-hour CVS located on Carson Boulevard in Carson, California last night to fill a prescription. This is not the location I usually go to, but the 24-hour location closer to me was out of stock on the medicine I needed, and the Carson location at 150 West Carson Street was the next nearest location with a 24-hour pharmacy. Imagine my surprise and aggravation when I was greeted with partitions at the drive-up window, and after flagging down the pharmacist on duty, being told that he would not fill my prescription because they don't fill certain prescriptions after midnight because of the neighborhood this CVS store is located in. I didn't want to believe that I heard him correctly, so I asked him to repeat the reason. He refused to fill the prescription, and he boldly repeated it and didn't seem to think anything of it, and that anything was wrong with what he was saying. I told him there was no law to support what he said. I had a prescription, and they are a 24-hour pharmacy, and I insisted that the pharmacist fill my prescription. He was adamant that he would not fill it. His instructions from the supervisor were clear, and he would not be filling my prescription. He was not to do so after midnight because of the neighborhood the store was in. I asked for a manager, and he told me where I could go find him myself. I told him, "You need to get the manager. I don't work here." I started taking photos of the closed drop-off windows, and the manager approached from behind and said to me, "You need to stop filming inside of the store. You are not allowed to do that without corporate permission." So I asked, "Do you need corporate permission to deny filling a prescription for someone because this store is located in this neighborhood?" The manager seemed genuinely surprised by my statement. So I explained to him that I was denied service and why. He engaged me in conversation and tried to find legitimate reasons why I may have been told no, none of which made sense. I asked him, "Do you realize the implication of the statement that was made to me by the pharmacist? Do you realize he actually said more than once that because of where this store is located, that he would not fill my prescription because it was after midnight?" The store manager told me that he had no jurisdiction over the pharmacy. He managed the store, not the pharmacy. He asked for my prescription. I gave it to him with my ID and my insurance card, at which point he went to speak with the pharmacist. After what seemed to be a bit of an exchange between them, he convinced the pharmacist that it would be a bad idea to not fill my prescription at the point, so the pharmacist came to me and asked me to give him a few minutes to fill the prescription. I told the manager and the pharmacist, "You know that this is unacceptable, right?" That and a few other choice words. When I got home, I immediately emailed CVS. Their call-in line is only operational until 7 EST. This afternoon, I called their hotline to report this incident. The gentleman who answered my call after hearing what happened told me that he had to escalate this call and to send it to a corporate pharmacist, and I was transferred immediately. Well, I am sorry to report that the corporate pharmacist at CVS, who took my call, played the game, danced around the issue, and tried to tell me that individual CVS stores have the right to implement their own policies where they see fit, so it wasn't wrong for the pharmacist to decline filling my prescription. Now, first of all, you guys, I'm going to interrupt really briefly just to say this is a very long post for someone to write about it's obvious that this is a narcotic. And what the pharmacy was saying, because I have been in this position before, because of it being the time of day it was, and the fact that it was a narcotic, there are certain rules that they have surrounding narcotics. And when a person is trying to fill something before it should be filled, she got all up in arms because she wanted that prescription filled. If you recognize in the beginning, it said that she was trying to get the prescription filled prior to the surgery. She did not have the dental surgery yet, so she did not need the pills. What does she need the pills for? She did not need the pills at 1 a.m. in the morning. She did not have the surgery yet. And even with that, it was very odd that the pharmacy would even be filling prescriptions at 1 a.m. because the pharmacy where I work, they don't fill prescriptions after 10. And not narcotics at that. So now I'm going to jump back into she went off over a prescription. I told her I fully expected her to give me a prepared corporate response, and I was really agitated that CVS chose a CYA tactic and wouldn't just acknowledge what happened to me was wrong, not just for me, but for people who live in Carson. Now, you have to understand that if this is a bad neighborhood, this is what happens in inner cities because people sell these prescriptions. People want the pills, Percocet, morphine, oxycodone, all of these things because people sell them. So the pharmacies have enacted certain protocols around narcotics. If you're going there to get an asthma med or some diabetes meds or something like that, they're not going to give you this type of a hard time. But if you are going to a pharmacy to fill a narcotic, and if you notice she is staying away from it, letting people know that this was a narcotic. She is trying to make it seem as though it was just some willy-nilly prescription that they were racially profiling because of the neighborhood. Well, yes, they have to do that because there are certain neighborhoods that have a higher rate of narcotic issuances. So if you are going to tell it all, ma'am, if you're going to initiate a story, ma'am, you need to tell it all. But this is the telltale sign of someone that is dealing with an issue when it comes to painkillers, because you are up at 1 a.m. ahead of a surgery that you did not have yet, shopping around pharmacies. Did you hear her say that she first went to a pharmacy that was in her neighborhood? Now, what is Kelly Price doing traveling down to Carson? She said this is not where she lives. So it's giving she went to her bougie CVS. They were closed or they did not have any more of that medicine. So she started shopping around looking for a pharmacy that had it. So she found one and went to get it. At this point, it's giving, why do you need that painkiller that bad at 1 a.m. in the morning? The CVS corporate pharmacy rep I spoke with told me she was sorry. I agree with her. She then said that this was not a corporate level matter and that she would send an email to the regional and local pharmacy managers, but no one from CVS would be contacting me about this matter again. Interesting. The gentleman who answered my call at the CVS consumer hotline transferred me because he said this incident had to be escalated and handled by a corporate pharmacist. Where do we go to report this kind of thing? How do we get answers and justice in a system that will spin unethical practices and treatment for certain neighborhoods as acceptable while giving service with a smile in other neighborhoods? When people stop pretending that there aren't different rules for our neighborhoods and address all of the real issues in everyday life for minorities in America, maybe we can see some forward movement. Shame on you, CVS. Now, Price also recounts the ordeal and why she reacted the way she did on the local news station. And so this is the video of her on that, but I don't think that they have it anymore. So her words were, I was offended for anybody who lives in a neighborhood that may not be considered the upper echelon, where expensive homes are, or where 6 and 7 figure earners live, Price told CBS LA. I mean, she took this to the news. And Cynthia Gross, my commentary is not just based on my experience. If you go to any pharmacy in America, they have rules around narcotics. They don't have rules for different neighborhoods. They have rules around narcotics. They do not have rules around certain neighborhoods. Now, like I said, if you're going to join the live and if you're going to join the conversation, you guys are going to be open and honest. You know damn well these pharmacies have rules around narcotics. They do not have rules around neighborhoods. They have rules around Percocets, oxycodone, and certain level 2 narcotics. These are not experiences based off of my experience. I don't purchase narcotics. I'm not on Percocets or oxycodones. However, when I had to get like maybe my tooth pulled or something like that, and I was prescribed a Percocet or something like that, there are very strict rules around Percocets. Oh yes, because of the epidemic that we have in America with these pills. We have an epidemic with Percocets, oxycodones, where people are selling their prescriptions and people are buying them on the street. So there are all types of rules where they have to get prior authorization. They got to call the scripts in to verify them from the doctor that issued them, all of that. So you can't just pop up in a CVS at 1 a.m. and think that you're going to be able to get a Percocet prescription filled. And she was trying to get this prescription filled prior to even having her surgery. That's giving she's got an issue. Period. So subsequently, CVS issued a statement after Price's claims hit the media, stating that the pharmacist at Carson was out of line. The statement reads in part, "It is not the store or the company's policy to decline to fill certain prescriptions after midnight." Price said CVS eventually apologized to her as well. In a second Facebook post, she wrote about speaking with Henry Casilla, CVS area vice president, stating he personally apologized about the incident at the pharmacy and told her it was not CVS's policy and that the partitions should have not been at the window. He also informed Price that there would be an internal investigation. Price said in her second post that she's hopeful for a positive change from CVS. Now, I'm going to tell you that she finagled them people at that damn CVS, and I don't care what y'all say. The only reason why the CVS came out and the only reason why they gave this apology is because, child, they did not want them people to be saying that they was racist. They did not want the people to be saying that they were racist because they said certain prescriptions are not, they don't have, you should be able to fill them. First of all, that's not true. I'm going to tell you right now, 1 o'clock in the morning, there is no pharmacy that I've ever been experienced with that issues narcotics after 1 o'clock. They don't issue narcotics at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying, Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens, their policy is after 10 p.m., the pharmacy window is closed. So I'm surprised that they even were open. Even 24-hour pharmacies. Monica, this person down here, matter of fact, I got it. So I don't know why someone would ask, where am I getting the information? It was on the news. It is a news article. It's not Lipstick Alley. I don't get stuff from Lipstick Alley. It is public knowledge. There are a lot of rumors and there are a lot of articles, and you can go look this up yourself. There are a lot of articles about Kelly Price having painkiller issues, having issues with prescription painkillers. And you guys see, this is the problem with black people. Y'all don't want to hold people accountable. Y'all, just because you like somebody and they're your fave doesn't mean that they don't got issues. A person can have an issue. They can have drug problems. I'm not going to sit here and say that this woman is missing and nobody knows where she is. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. There's no way that a grown woman would be missing and her family just don't know. She just dropped off the face of the earth. She just was in the hospital and she just walked away. And she wouldn't call her children. She wouldn't call her. She wouldn't call her sister. She wouldn't call anybody. She would just walk out the hospital and just go get in a, she would just go to a hotel, start recuperating from COVID, and don't call nobody. That don't make sense. But like I said, you guys would rather it be like that. Yeah, you guys would rather it be like that because you guys are into the Perry Mason thing. Y'all into the first 48 hours. You would rather it be that Kelly Price is missing. Nobody know where she at. I just don't believe that. I believe that this woman is in some type of facility where there is a blackout period and she's not able to contact anyone until the blackout period is over. And the reason that the lawyer might know about it because he's her attorney and she let him know what she was doing. And so he reached out to the public to say everything's okay. She's all right. She's in an undisclosed location. I don't believe that she's somewhere on a ventilator, can't talk, can't do nothing for herself. She's in some long-term care facility, and the nurse that's working there came out and said, yeah, she here, but I don't want nobody to know that I told. And then the husband, he know, but he don't want the family, he don't want to tell the family because he don't like the family. It doesn't work like that. Life don't go like that. Life, it just doesn't go like that. Unfortunately, life is more simpler than that. Life is more simpler than that. It is more cut and dry, and it is a lot of things make more sense. Now, there are black people. Black people go missing every day. Yes, black people go missing every day. People go missing every day, and it's sad, and people need to put more light on that. But I just don't believe that Kelly Price is in a dangerous situation, or she's in a situation where she's sick and on a ventilator and can't respond. I don't believe that. That's just not what I believe in my heart, because it doesn't work like that. If you go to a long-term care facility and you're not able to speak, your family is going to be notified. They're going to reach out, and the kids would have knew. The sister would have knew. The sister would have known. It wouldn't have been, oh, this man, her husband, he was told. She had children that were just there. She had children that were just there. They would have been they would know. The hospital would have made them aware. These are not young, these are young adults. They would have known. So if they don't know, if it's giving, she has not contacted anyone, she has not reached out to anyone. There are certain facilities, and allegedly, Kelly has an issue with prescription painkillers. She had an issue with that following weight loss surgery. It's all types of tea out there about it. And we just read where she was trying to get her meds early. She was trying to get a script before she even needed it. You don't go shopping around for Percocets at 1 a.m. You don't go shopping around for painkillers at 1 a.m. There are certain facilities that if it's giving that type of behavior, you are on blackout for 7 days or maybe a little longer when you first get there. It is to concentrate on your detox, concentrate on your treatment. It's for you to get settled in. They take everything from you. You don't got your belongings, your ID, you don't got nothing. You check in, you dry out for 7 days, and then once you come out of that, they slowly start introducing you to the 12-step program and all these things, and you're able to call home and all of that. I'm pretty sure pretty soon we're going to start hearing from Kelly Price. Her family is going to hear, if they have not heard already. I think that she just dipped off and went to treatment. That's just what it's giving. It's giving treatment, because if it was a long-term care facility or medical, her family would know. If her family does not know, that means it is a facility where she is on a blackout period. And if you do not believe me, research it for yourself. Research it for yourself like I did. Allegedly, yes, we're going to say allegedly. However, I don't give out information that is not true. I'm not going to find an article. If it was from Lipstick Alley or somewhere like that, I would not post it. This article is legit. That information is true. It's real. It's real. And you can research it yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up yourself. And go look up how treatment facilities work. Go look that up. Let's see what the people saying. What about her kids? they can at least put her on FaceTime so they will know she's okay and where she is. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it again. And this is what I want anyone to do that does not believe me. Look it up. When you go to a treatment facility for drugs, alcohol, or anything like that, mental health, anything, when you first check in, when you are admitted, you are in blackout for 7 days. Now, some of y'all done been to rehab. Y'all done been to treatment facilities. Why don't you raise your hand and tell the truth? That's how it goes. And the only reason I know, I've worked in places like that. I've worked in a treatment facility. I've worked with people like that. And that's how it goes. For the first 7 days, you are in a blackout period. You are not able to use your own. And for the whole time that you're there, they don't let you have your belongings. You don't have your cell phone, your purse, nothing. All of your stuff, your private belongings are locked up. The only thing they give you are your clothes. Your clothes, your shoes, that's it. Your pocketbook, your no, that's not true. She left the hospital. It wasn't in the middle of August. That's not how long she's been missing. Y'all got to understand, they said that she was in the hospital and then she left. She could be in a treatment facility. They said she left and they haven't heard from her. So I'm just saying, she could be in a facility. She could be in a facility. She's not going to be in a long-term care facility on a ventilator and her family don't know. That's not true. Period. It's just not, that don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense for someone to be in a long-term care facility on a ventilator and your family don't know. That does not make sense. And it doesn't make sense for a person to walk out of a hospital and wander around and nobody knows where she went. That don't make sense. But then the lawyer comes out and says, Kelly Price is not missing. She is in an undisclosed location. Are we missing that part? Did we miss that? That the lawyer just said she is in an undisclosed location. She's fine. Well, G12, I don't know where you were, but you know what? I gotta prove everything for people. I gotta prove everything for people because, you know, people gonna come through and say what they say. YouTube is rough. YouTube is rough. You guys are a tough crowd, boy. Blackout period, okay? Here we go. Right here. Here we go. All right. All right. All right. Woo. Woo. It's hot. Okay. All right, here we go, right here. Okay? This is from a treatment facility. This is from, oh no, and G12, you should not have no shame. No shame in the game. But here it is right here. All right. Here it is right here. The blackout period explained. Upon entering into a substance abuse recovery facility, clients will face a blackout period in which their ability to contact the outside world is restricted. Depending on the facility, the length of the blackout period will vary. For many recovery facilities, the blackout period lasts 5 days and is essentially a prohibition of outside communication, meaning no phone calls, no visitations, no outings. In the beginning, this blackout period may appear as an unnecessary punishment, but a further understanding of its purpose can allow both the client and their loved ones to take full advantage of this time. The intent of the no contact period is not to punish, it is to allow your loved one to concentrate solely on the initiation of the healing and recovery process. At first, this blackout period might come as a challenge. You will probably be curious to know how your loved one is doing, especially in situations where you have been entangled with an addict's behavior. Understanding the reason for the blackout period will help you cope with the first few days of your loved one's recovery. Rather than feeling disconnected from your loved one, you will see that a period of isolation is an essential component to recovery. For them and for you, a new chapter unfolds. A moment of silence presents the opportunity for a shift in focus. Now it's time to embrace the silence. The blackout period allows the client time to detox. So it just goes on and describing, more in detail what the blackout period is. All right. So that just, further shows what a blackout period is. And, if a person were to be in a facility, that there is a period of blackout, and it varies from different facilities. All right. I don't want to make anyone feel bad. I don't want to say something that about your fave or something if Kelly Price is someone that you love and like as a fan. I like Kelly Price as well, but it just doesn't make sense to me that she would leave a hospital, and if she was in such bad condition, where is she and no one knows? It doesn't make sense. That's just not logical. And I'm trying to look at all different narratives. It would not make sense for a person to be checked into a long-term care facility and no one know, the family not be made aware of it. The only type of facility that could be would be a treatment facility. And that's all I'm trying to show. That is all I'm trying to show. That it would be that type of facility. It would not be a long-term care facility where medical things are taking place. The family will be made aware. It is not a secret if a person is on a ventilator. So that's all I'm just trying. I pray that Kelly Price is fine. I pray that she is okay. But the lawyer said that she's fine. And we are still here trying to determine, is she missing? The lawyer said she is not missing. The lawyer said she is in an undisclosed location. And still and yet, people are still coming with narratives. The husband might have did this. The husband might have did that. People still want the Perry Mason effect. And the lawyer came out and said, oh, false alarm, you guys. She's fine. She's in an undisclosed location. She is not missing. So to me, it's giving, she wants her privacy. She wants to focus on whatever it is she needs to heal from. G12 said the sister says she don't believe the lawyer. Okay, so you guys let me know in the comments. What do you think would be the narrative? Where is Kelly Price? Where is Kelly Price? I'm going to give you some time to answer that. Where is Kelly Price? So someone in the comments said, my uncle was on a ventilator and we didn't find out until his friend told us. My uncle didn't put us on his contact list, so it's possible she didn't list them on a contact list. Keita, that is very sensible. That is a sensible comment, and that would be a better narrative. That would fit. That if she is, then she didn't put them on a list. However, how did she get there? How did she get there? So there is the part that is missing. How would she get to a long-term care facility without being transferred and being signed to it? A hospital does not admit someone to a long-term care facility without either the person doing it themselves or their family. So when you go to a long-term care facility, it's more for focused care. And either your family will get you there with your insurance, because they have to make sure your insurance will cover it. They have to make sure that you have enough benefits. They got to take care of the pricing. Long-term care facilities are expensive. So if that's the case, they would have to coordinate getting her to the long-term care facility. So that would have to be family members involved or Kelly Price. So this is what, it just doesn't make sense to me. The sister says they're close. Her children, why would Kelly want to put her children and her sister through any agony if she didn't have to? If she was capable of speaking to them, they were just there talking to her, she was just talking to her sister, all of these things, how would she get to, oh, okay, she got worse, and then now she's on a ventilator and she's at a long-term care? It doesn't, that's not possible. You can't be transferred to a long-term care without someone getting you there. So there is a missing piece. There's a missing piece. All right. So we can go at this all night, but we got other topics to discuss. We're going to get off Miss Kelly Price. The only thing that I just, as a mother, I'm a mom and I have children. I wouldn't put my kids through this if I didn't have to. There's no way that I would put my family through not knowing where I am if I did not have to. And the fact that they just lost all these family members, I do not believe that Kelly Price would put her family through that. Not have them on a visitation list, her children, her sister. I don't believe it. They're giving close-knit family to me. I do not believe that she would not put them on a list. It just doesn't make sense. So I believe that she is at some type of facility where there is a blackout period and she is not able to contact her family just yet. But when she is allowed to, we will be hearing from Kelly Price. And that's just my take on it. I'm allowed to feel what I want to feel. And then Aisha is saying Kelly Price's husband needs to be investigated. I'm not going to go that far because I don't know, any type of topics like that. I guess I'm more of a logical person. I'm not a conspiracy theorist type person. I don't go for, like an outrageous story. I try to use logic. I wouldn't want that for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want for her husband to be some person that's trying to kill her or do something like that. I don't want to think of that. I don't want to have that type of narrative. So that's just not the type of person I am. I think logically first. And I put it all together and I'm like, no, it's not giving long-term care facility. Just doesn't make sense. Monica says the family is acting out because they didn't know she got married. My opinion. Okay, that could be true too. But to me, it just doesn't make sense. To me, it just seems weird, odd, strange. And there is something that we're going to find out later. But I don't think the husband has anything to do with it. I really don't. I think Kelly is hiding something from her family. She don't want them to know. And we're going to find out. It's going to be something like that. NO says, I guess people don't have the right to cut everybody off with no explanation, huh? You people are something else. The lady is sick. She's not feeling well. If she's married, that's between him and her, period. Okay, well, if we're something else and we're, all of that, then you don't have to watch the video and you don't have to listen to the topic. That's my opinion. I wouldn't be anywhere where I wouldn't want to be. That's just my opinion. But I wouldn't put my kids through something like that. This is a video about celebrity gossip, and we're talking about Kelly Price, and that's just what it is. Hold on, you guys. Yeah. My dog. You know my dog is down there, child. He down there messing with the damn lights. I'ma beat your back. You're gonna get your back beat. But I just wouldn't put my family through that. I wouldn't put my kids. The sister and the husband, that's different. You are entitled to cut them off. But your children, do they really deserve to be cut off? That don't make sense. Don't make sense. And she said, I never said I didn't want to be here. I'm just voicing my... Well, girl, you said these people something else. You started it. But you guys, for real, like, would you cut your kids off? Now, would you cut your kids off? Like, I wouldn't do that to my babies. There's no way I can cut my kids off. Like, not call my kids, and they're worried about me. I just had COVID. I was just suffering from COVID, and I wasn't really doing well. I wouldn't cut my kids off. Like, if I wanted to be alone, I would pick up the phone and I would tell them, like, hey, I just had a really bad bout with COVID. I'm gonna just go somewhere and rest, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. What's wrong with that? So it just doesn't make sense. It's just like, if she's not contacting someone, it's because she can't. Not can't in a way where she's hurt. I really believe she is somewhere where there's a blackout period and she can't contact anybody. Period. That's just what I feel. Okay? So we're going to move on because we can be at that all night. And we will not get anywhere if we keep talking about this. So we're going to talk about Miss B. We're going to talk about Miss Beyonce. Miss Beyonce turned 40. It's given 40. B is 40, y'all. Beyonce has turned 40. And she penned a letter to her fans. And it was giving, honey, all the things of the things. Beyonce is 40 years old, and I really believe the way the letter, it kind of sounded like a retirement letter to me. Like, she's saying, move out the way. Here comes Chloe Bailey. I'm moving on out the way. She's been my protege. I have been, I have been molding. I've been teaching, and now I'm about to release her to the world. But before I do that, here is my goodbye letter to my fans. I'm thankful for all of the years, all of the love, everything that I've experienced, and it was giving retirement. That's what that letter was giving, a farewell. Okay. So here's the letter. We're going to read it, and then you guys tell me what you think. Do you think Beyonce is, honey, is she retiring? Is she retiring?
Bazaar's September Icons issue. And inside the mag, she opens up about her personal approach to being an international superstar. Quote, "Before I started, I decided that I'd only pursue this career if my self-worth was dependent on more than celebrity success." Beyonce says she surrounded herself with honest people who she admires, who have their own lives and dreams, and are not dependent on her. "In this business, so much of your life does not belong to you unless you fight for it. I've fought to protect my sanity and my privacy because the quality of my life depended on it. A lot of who I am is reserved for the people I love and trust."
This makes me proud.
The Grammy winner also teases that new music is in the works, saying she's been in the studio for a year and a half. "With all the isolation and injustice over the past year, I think we are all ready to escape, travel, love, and laugh again. I feel a renaissance emerging, and I want to be part of nurturing that escape in any way possible." Adding, quote, "Yes, the music is coming."
Are you making some musical soup right now?
I'm cooking some music.
Back in May, Beyonce revealed she was back in the studio during a group chat with her Destiny's Child bandmates, Michelle Williams and Kelly Rowland.
That's Chef Boy LB and Chef Boy Kelly.
Michelle shared the sweet combo on her Instagram, alongside the caption, quote, "Everybody's in the kitchen." So what kind of music is B cooking? On Monday, the 39-year-old singer's mom, Tina Knowles Lawson, hit up Instagram saying she'd like to see her daughter do more gospel and country music, which is interesting since Beyonce rocks a black cowboy hat and lots of fringe on the cover of Harper's. And just last week, Beyonce released this campaign video for her latest streetwear collection named Ivy Park Rodeo. That's the Houston native rocking the Ivy Park by Adidas designs, including a denim bodysuit, denim chaps, and a cow print sports bra and leggings set, along with some Dolly Parton-esque curls and a floor-length braid, which she swings above her head like a lasso. Okay, so we might have to wait to see if country music is what Beyonce has cooking, but this new Ivy Park ad has us saying howdy, y'all.
Okay, so, honey, here is her letter. Now, this was a little collage. I guess this just showed all over the years, child. Beyonce is something else. Beyonce is thanking her fans in a rare handwritten letter shared to her website on Thursday. The superstar penned the sweet letter thanking her fans for their outpouring of love in celebration of her 40th birthday earlier this month. "I'm so thankful for every inspiring human who took the time to send me all the beautiful messages. I cried tears of joy and was covered in chilly bumps. Your videos, your posts, your countdowns, your playlists, and your well wishes I will cherish forever," she wrote. "I'm grateful to everyone involved, especially the fans, for the time and level of detail it took to organize such beautiful tributes. I admire and respect all of you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart." In the lengthy letter, Beyonce's bestowed the hive with a little birthday wisdom and shared the most important thing she's learned this year. "This is the first year that I really understand what it means to be alive and to live in the moment. It's the first time that I have an understanding of how fragile life truly is, how hard life can be at times, and therefore how important it is to stop and smell the roses during the good times," she continued. Despite feeling like she held that understanding in her younger years, it wasn't until she turned 40 that B truly understood both the fragility and joy of life. Fragile, I don't know how fragile life is, shit. "The more mature I become, the more I understand, and the deeper my joy grows," she shared in her heartfelt letter. "There's a freedom and liberation knowing that I've made it to the other side of my sacrifice. I'm finally giving myself permission to enjoy the seeds I've worked so hard to plant my whole life. As for turning 40, Beyonce said it's the best she's felt in her life. Nothing that she's grateful to be grown. Whoever tried to condition women to feel that we are supposed to feel old or unhappy when we turn 40 got it all the way effed up. The brown-skinned girl singer added, "This has absolutely been the best I've felt in my life. I'm so grateful to be grown. The singer, actress, and mom of 3 went on to thank her fans once more for all the joy that they've brought in her life since she stepped on the scene when she was 15 years old, adding that she hopes her art can continue to bring joy to theirs. Most of y'all met me when I was 15 and we've grown up together," she shared. "You bring so much joy into my life. I hope my art can continue to bring a little joy into yours." So here's the letter, actually, her handwriting. It says, "As Virgo season comes to an end, I hope my fellow Virgos had great birthdays. I'm so thankful for every inspiring human who took the time to send me all the beautiful messages. I cried tears of joy and was covered in chilly bumps. Your videos, your posts, your countdowns, your playlists, and your well wishes I will cherish forever. I'm grateful to everyone involved, especially the fans, for the time and level of detail it took to organize such beautiful tributes. I admire and respect all of you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is the first year that I really understand what it means to be alive and to live in the moment. It's the first time that I have an understanding of how fragile life truly is, how hard life can be at times, and therefore how important it is to stop and smell the roses during the good times." That's a really good point that she makes there, because it really is. It really is. It's very important to stop and just enjoy life at some point. You know, life can get really overwhelming at times, and it is often good to just stop and take a breath and enjoy what you work for. I thought I knew that at 21 or 30, but I didn't. The more mature I become, the more I understand, and the deeper my joy grows. There's a freedom and liberation knowing that I've made it to the other side of my sacrifice. I'm finally giving myself permission to enjoy the seeds I've worked so hard to plant my whole life. Whoever tried to condition women to feel that we are supposed to feel old or unhappy when we turn 40 got it all the way effed up. This has absolutely been the best I've felt in my life. I'm so grateful to be grown. All right, B. Most of y'all met me when I was 15 and we have grown up together. You bring so much joy into my life. I hope my art can continue to bring a little joy into yours. I love you deep. All of that deepness. And then she ended it with a little B. That is so cute. That's so cute. Now, most of y'all was concentrating on that sacrifice word. What she meant by that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys feel like Beyonce, you know, she's into, you know, Illuminati and she's made sacrifices. Well, in my mind, I really believe when a woman turns 40, it is a sense of freedom. Like when I turned 40, that was when I made the decision to leave the relationship that I had been in for a very long time that was abusive and that was just holding me down and was holding me back from a lot of progression and positivity in my life. When you turn 40, it's like you don't care what other people think anymore. You know, it's almost a feeling of liberation. Like I'm not going to spend the rest of my life living for other people. So I get where she coming from, because I felt like that myself when I turned 40. You know, you just be like, F it. I don't have time to be living for other people and living how they want me to live. I'm going to enjoy my life, and you only live once. And so I'm going to F it up. I'm going to F it up. I'm going to F this life up. I'm going to do all it is I can do. I'm going to enjoy all it is that I can enjoy. I got it, guys. I got the spam. So, absolutely, I understand what that means, and I feel the same way, because that's how I felt when I turned 40. So Beyonce has grown up in front of us. She has put a lot of work in. She has been an example for all of the female artists. There's not going to be another Beyonce. There's not going to be no one that can fill her shoes. She says that she's working on new music, so maybe she is not retiring, but it's giving Chloe Bailey, like she's trying to make room for her. You know, she's trying to step out a little bit so that there is no competition, that it's not like Chloe got someone to compete with. It's like, I'm gonna let her do her little thing, because if I get out there and I stay out there, honey, she can't compete. She can't compete where she don't compare. You know, Beyonce is the queen bee. Beyonce is a great performer, a beautiful vocalist. She can sing, she can dance, she's got the whole package, and she has proven that. I mean, she's not one of these little fly-by-night artists. This woman sells out arenas across the world. She's in Paris, Africa, Guatemala. I mean, she's everywhere. China, Korea, South Korea, North Korea, Vietnam. When she goes on tour, it's giving 100 countries. You know, there will never be another icon like that. You know, Michael Jackson, the Madonnas, the Princes. Beyonce is in that class. And right now, the type of artists that are being made today, they don't give that type of work ethic. Now, she has raised Chloe and Hale to be that way. Chloe and Haley to be having that type of work ethic. But Chloe got a long way to go. Those out there that have been comparing her to Beyonce, I mean, it gives Beyonce when she performs and when she does her little thing, it gives Beyonce. But that's because she's been under Beyonce as a protege. But I've often criticized Chloe. I need to see Chloe. You know, if I came out and I had this opportunity, I wouldn't mimic myself after Beyonce, knowing that everyone is going to say I'm mimicking myself after Beyonce because they know that's your mentor. I would give Chloe Bailey. I need to see Chloe. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting to see Chloe. Chloe needs to give us Chloe and stop trying to be Beyonce. So, Beyonce is one of the greats. She will go down in history as a Tina Turner. And I can remember Beyonce saying in her earlier career, in her earlier years, that she wanted to be an icon, that she wanted to be a Tina Turner, a Madonna, a Prince, a Michael Jackson, a Janet Jackson. And she succeeded at that. She has done it all. She can't do any more. There's no more records to break. There's no more tours to sell out. She has done it all, and she should be very proud of that. She's now a mother. She's a wife. She's had children, you know, and I wish her all the best. I will go on and spend them billions, girl. Lay up with your husband. Enjoy your husband. Travel. See the world. And, you know, make little visits, appearances here and there. But if I was Beyonce, I feel like we've seen it all. We've seen all that she can do. At this point, I can't see what else. I'm not feeling the cowboy look, them big ass curls, and that look she was trying to give. It looked really cheap. The hair didn't look right. The curls, the wig looked fake, looked cheap. I said, Beyonce, girl, no. So I'm not feeling that cowboy theme. I know it was celebrating the black cowboys, though. I get it. But I just wasn't feeling it. I thought that it was cheesy. But yeah, I mean, Beyonce, she should just go on and retire at this point. She's 40. She penned a letter and going out in history, girl. Going out on top. You've done all you could do. I can't see any more that Beyonce can do. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Do you think that she should just go on and let it go? The Leonard family says Beyonce work ethic is a beast. Yes. Will definitely be extremely hard to compete with that. Yep. And you trying to lay down, girl? Wu Chow says Paris, Italy, because they said there's still an ongoing investigation. They said the lawyer told them she's safe. They're still looking into it though. That's what I'm saying as far as Kelly Price. We need to see her. Just let us see her face. Go on and find her. Tell the lawyer I need to see her, and then we can just all go on about our business. If this woman wants to be left alone, leave her alone and go on. But Kelly, girl, call your kids. Call your kids and call your family. That's why I'm keep trying to tell y'all, when a person is in a situation where they are dealing with a substance or something like that, that is how it is. They don't want to be bothered. They want to concentrate on what they're doing, and they don't want to be bothered. It is not giving she can't talk, because if she couldn't talk, she wouldn't be able to reach out to her lawyer. Apparently, she reached out to that lawyer. She reached out to that lawyer, and she gave the lawyer the information. So it's giving she is somewhere where she doesn't want to talk, able to talk. She's concentrating on what it is that she's doing. But in my opinion, she needs to contact her family, her children, and her sister. If you guys have lost all these family members this year, you need to contact your family, girl, and stop wanting attention. Kelly Price is giving me, she wants attention at this point. Because every time something goes on in Kelly's life, she runs the social media, and she's, when with the promoters and the stuff that she was going through with them janky promoters, her and Life Jennings, she went on live and bashed and bashed and bashed. She gave us live after live after live. So Kelly is a very vocal person. Just like with this prescription situation, she went on her Facebook and she went at it. Kelly is very vocal, so it doesn't, it looks a little bit suspicious that you wouldn't want to contact you. It just looks like you want attention. It's giving attention, seeking attention, and it's seeking. She just want attention. That's just what it's giving. Because how do you contact your lawyer and tell your lawyer that you're okay, but you don't contact your kids? How is it that the lawyer knows that she's in an undisclosed location? So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. She's not in a long-term care facility where she's on a ventilator and nobody knows and all this, she's sick and It's not that. Kelly is somewhere doing her and she don't want to be bothered. She told the lawyer and boom. So in my mind, that's not, you need to let your kids know where you are. Let your sister know that you're all right, and then go on about your business instead of having the entire world talking about you, girl. But see, this is the type of people that like stuff like this, is the type of people that like drama. See, I'm not into drama and I'm not into BS. Girl, tell people where you at and get over with it and be done with it. All this trying to drag it out and make a scene and make a story and do all this, girl. If you got issues with perks or whatever, girl, you need to get yourself together. Call your family. Let them know what you're doing and be done with it. Right, Miss Gardner. She pulling a Johnny Blaze with the disappearing. Exactly. Just want to be in the public eye. Like, girl, stop. You got kids. Let your family and your kids know where you're at. Period. All right. All right, so Meek Mill. Oh, God. Meek Mill. You know Meek Mill, I'm sick of him and his knees. Child, I'm sick of Meek Mill. I am sick of Meek Mill, him and them goddamn knees. I'm going to need him. He out here talking about he can't find a woman. Well, in my opinion, he had a woman. And he had a very good woman. But he was so busy worrying about Nicki Minaj and still pining over Nicki that he lost his woman. Had a baby with the girl. All him and Milano. They couldn't keep us out of their business. They couldn't keep us out of their business. Every time you turn around, we were seeing him and Milano. hugged up in the back of a car, in the studio. Then they had a baby and then they broke up. But Meek Mill and his knees, they're out here talking about they can't find a woman. Well, I guess not. Not with these knees. Not with these knees. These is looking like old man knees. These is looking like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Ooh, let me get myself together for a minute. These look like old man knees. These look like knees that can't last for too long. Child, the legs was ashy. The knees, one is bigger than the other. I mean, I guess he can find a woman, but child. Look at them knees. Look at them knees. Knees. Meek said, it is hard to find a woman that ain't clap your dog or no industry vibes. It's getting more scary. Child, well, it's getting scary. These knees are scary. Okay, these knees are scary. These knees are scary. But you know what? But side note, and you know, all jokes aside, I kind of get what Meek Mill is saying, because a lot of these younger women now, it is all about going viral. It's all about being TikTok famous, Facebook, no, not Facebook, Instagram famous. It's all about going viral. It's all about, it's giving Birkin bags. It's giving, you know, Jada Cheese, Ari, you know, it's giving. They look at these women and they watch them boast, brag about money. They watch them travel with their boyfriends. They watch them live this life and they want that. So this is what our children, I keep saying it, our children, our young adults, this is what they have to look forward to. And people like Meek Mill, Meek is getting older. Meek is about pushing 40. I know Meek got to be creeping up on 40. Meek is not giving me 30 or 28. I think Meek might be 38 or something like that, creeping up on 40. Okay? Meek is creeping up on 40. He got to be. Matter of fact, let me look up and see how old Meek Mill is. How old is Meek Mill? Alexa, how old is Meek Mill? Oh, child, Meek Mill is 34 years old. Meek Mill is 34. Okay, so he is 6 years away from 40. Well, I know he wasn't in his 20s. So he's saying that, you know, most of the girls, they done clap the dog and they done industry vibes. Well, where are you looking? Where are you looking for women? See, this is the thing. There are very much so good women out here. There are pretty women. There are natural women. They are out here. Younger females that are working, that are going to school. You're just not looking in those places. You're looking in the industry. You're looking in the club. You're looking in the studio. You're looking in the wrong places. You had a very good woman. You had a hardworking woman. Milano built her business from the ground up. I am from Philadelphia. I know where Milano's shop is. It's right down there on Spring Garden Street. She's got a little hole in the wall shop, and it's been from the ground up. She worked her ass off to get where she is. And she's a very good woman. Very good woman. I don't see why they broke up. But Meek Mill was always worried about Nicki Minaj. He was constantly arguing with people that Nicki was dating. And he's so caught up in Nicki Minaj that he couldn't see what he had in front of him. He had a good woman. He chased her away. He had his mind focused on other things. Wasn't focused on her or that baby. And now, what has he got? Like any other man, he is left to himself. He is left to himself to think about what he lost and what he had. And she strike me as the type of girl, she ain't going back. She like, you had me, but you didn't want me. Excuse me, y'all. You had me and you didn't want me. So, I don't blame her. Miss Monique to you said, look in the lotion section, Meek. I know that's right. But, you know, she gave him a baby. She gave him a beautiful son. And all he was concerned with was Nicki Minaj. All he was concerned with. Miss Garner say he for the streets now. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Meek Mill, I often, a lot of times you'll see him on his Instagram and on his live. He be in the streets. He be in the streets of Philly, you know, riding the bikes and being in the poppy stores and stuff like that. But I think he has since moved away, and I think he moved to Georgia now. So, I mean, Georgia is really industry vibes. Them girls down there, all they care about is trying to bag them a rapper or a baller or a scammer or someone with money. That's just what it's given with these young people these days. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want a man with money. They want a baller. They want a shot caller. And that's just the industry. That's where you're at. You in the studio looking for women. It's like when they go to the studio and they start and they be doing these songs and shit, they got the whole studio filled up with women. They supposed to be in there working and rapping and doing what they do, and they got women sitting up there in the studio. So it's like, you say you want a good woman, but you keep surrounding yourself by women that ain't no good. If you want a good woman, you have to go places where there are good women. College, there are plenty of women that own their own businesses. There are plenty of women that are in college. There are plenty of women that are chasing their dreams, but you don't want those women because you're looking for women that got breast, butt, all these things that are giving industry vibes. So, of course, you're going to keep getting these same women that have messed with your homies or that are giving industry vibes because you're looking for those type of women. You always are what you attract. What you attract is what you are. So if you attract an industry vibe women or women that clapped your dog, well, you got to start looking in the mirror. You got to start looking at yourself. So if you want to attract good women, you got to be a good man. You want to attract good women, you got to be a good man. Is it giving good man? At this point, you just lonely, ashy. And then how he did them kids. Y'all remember how Meek did those kids? They was out there selling waters or whatever, and he put them on blast. In Georgia, he put them on blast. Didn't want to give them a few dollars. Wanted to act like they was trying to scam them. And I mean, but you need a good woman. You want a good woman. You ain't a good man. How you going to attract a good woman if you're not giving good man? Period. She said now he's just ashy and lonely. Paris, Italy said, right, it's definitely suspicious because law enforcement hasn't done a live statement or press conference. Y'all still talk about Kelly. Y'all still talk about Kelly. Kelly don't want to be found. Meek Mill is for the streets. Meek Mill, don't nobody want your ass. Don't nobody want your ass, Meek Mill. Nobody. Meek Mill is not even handsome to me, to be honest with you. What if y'all let me know? Do you think Meek Mill is handsome? I need a 1 if you think he's handsome. I need a 2 if you think he's not. It's giving 2. It's giving 4. Meek Mill is not handsome. At all. I don't see. No, sir. No. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Yeah, you finished. Oh, Toxic, you like him? You think he's handsome? And Elaine said he aight. I mean, I think maybe as he get a little older, he might look a little better, but honey, it's a 2 for me too. And them knees, it's a 4 for me. Look at these knees. Child, it's giving old man knees. Them old man knees. Meek need to be shaming himself, be 34 with them old man knees. I guess he can't help it. He can't help it. He got old. He can't help it. He got old man knees. But someone running around with old man knees like that, he don't need to be talking about nobody. He don't need to be talking about how many bodies anybody got or anything. Because them knees look like they going to kill somebody. Them knees look like they going to shoot somebody. Them knees going to take somebody out, child. He going to tear you up with them knees. Them knees look like they going to take somebody out. Child, them knees going to take somebody out. Woo! Oh God, JT says she is denying the pregnancy rumors, y'all. We're going to talk about that in a few seconds. All right. Oh, Miss JT. She said there are other things that a person could probably be using that pregnancy ban for. Okay. She says that you don't have to just be pregnant in order to use that ban. All right. She's saying that y'all need to stop saying that she's pregnant because there are other reasons that people use that pregnancy ban. And it's just not, there's other reasons that a person has nausea. And it's just not when you're pregnant. Okay. So I guess she's on Instagram. I think she was live, and at first she was live and then she had told Uzi to put an emoji down in her area down here. Child, these celebrities just get weirder and weirder every damn day. Child. So she says, can't even use emojis no more. I let y'all rock because on some seriousness, if I was pregnant, what y'all gonna do? Nothing. As a woman, half y'all need to go educate yourself. Nausea not only caused by pregnancy. The way I control my nausea shouldn't be none of y'all business. It's getting weird. I told him put an emoji there because my pants were dirty. But I still like the video. I shouldn't even have to constantly tell a bunch of strangers I'm not hiding S. I'm not pregnant. Now leave me the hell alone. Now my thing is JT has a bad attitude, okay? This girl is, as far as the duo, City Girls, Carisha and JT, out of the two of them, JT has a nasty attitude. In my mind, she's very self-centered, and at sometimes I even think that she has low self-esteem, that because of what she feels about herself, she's constantly bashing and lashing out at others when they say something about her. She's constantly worried about what people are saying about her looks, what people are saying about her. She's always lashing out and cussing out the people, the very people that are making her a multimillionaire. And see, y'all better than me. Y'all fans and y'all young people, y'all better than me, because a bitch only got once to cuss me the F out and tell me to mind my damn business. You only got once to cuss me the hell out and tell me to mind my goddamn business. Oh yes? Okay. Let me mind my goddamn business. Let me Let me erase. Let me get rid of these streams. Let me get rid of these Apple iTunes. I'm not buying shit. You tell me to mind my business. You only got once to tell me to mind my goddamn business. I'm not streaming. I'm not buying. I'm not watching. Come here, baby. You hear my puppy back here. Come on. I told y'all I went and got another one. I got him yesterday. Y'all hear him? He's crying. What you want? What's wrong? What you crying? You crying because Kayla left you? You crying because she left you? You crying? I got you. She only got to tell me once. She only got to tell me once to go. Honey, I'm gone. You don't need my money. You don't need my money. Come on. Child, he is 9 weeks. Yeah, that's a baby. That's a baby. Because y'all know the people upstairs killed the other one, so they wasn't about to let me not have my chance with my baby, honey. I didn't want to miss out on the little baby experience. Y'all seen the big white one, honey. He's 15 weeks. So I had to, I was missing my baby. I miss my little Apollo. So his name is Evan. This is Evan. This is, yeah. Say hi, Evan. You see? You see, Evan? This is Evan. Look at him. He's tired. Look. Ooh. Oh, man. You see me? So, yes. So, honey, all they got to do is tell me once to go. I'm going. These young people, they got it effed up. Like, the people that you be cussing out and telling people to mind it. What, boy? If you so sleepy, go to bed. All they got to do is tell me once to go, and I'm going. I mean, the very people that they be cussing out and telling them to, telling them to F off and, mind your business and all of this. These are the people that are making you famous. So how can they mind their business? If they mind their business, you ain't going to have nothing. So, I mean, it's a double standard for me. I just don't understand how these young people can even allow that. Like, you're not about to cuss me out and I am paying for you. Evan is just, you see him? He's just yawning and yawning and yawning. Yeah. Look. I think he's thirsty, though, because the way he's breathing, I think he's thirsty. Let me give him to the kids so he can get something to drink, because he sounds thirsty. Say bye, Evan. Say bye to the people. Say bye. Say bye. With his big paw. Look how big. He gonna be a big boy. Here, Kayla. Give him something to drink. He's thirsty. Why? Well, you're gonna have to because I'm live, babe. All right. All right. I gave him to the kids. Bye, Evan. But yes, I mean, do you guys agree with that? With these JT, she's always cussing out the fans. She always telling people, F off, mind your business. I do what I want. Y'all can't tell me Ish. She is always giving defensiveness with her and Uzi's relationship, and y'all can't tell me how to be, what to do. Girl, ain't nobody trying to tell you what to do. The people just say they can tell that you're pregnant. The people can say it's giving pregnancy. The people saying you wearing a pregnancy band because your ass is pregnant. And I mean, the people that you telling to F off, they're the ones that's making you famous. The money that you spending is our money. So, girl, you only got one time to tell me to F off. Child, I'm effing off. Bye. I prefer Carisha over JT. JT got a nasty attitude. I don't know why she's so stuck up and Hassa Diddley. She went to jail. Carisha held it down. If it wasn't for Young Miami, there wouldn't be no City Girls. There wouldn't even have been a group because her ass went to jail at the start of the group. So it's giving girl biting the hand that feeds you. You biting the hand that feeds you. It's giving you're ungrateful. You just getting your career. You just got out of jail. Young Miami been doing this. She was holding it down. If she wasn't running around saying free JT, and keeping your name alive, nobody would have ever remembered the goddamn JT. Nobody would have even ever remembered that JT was in that goddamn group because Young Miami kept that group going. As far as I'm concerned, Young Miami could have replaced JT and nobody would have ever knew any different. JT is lazy. She gives lazy when performing. Her and Young Miami, they need some damn coaching and artist development when it comes to performing because they get up there and start their performance, and when they done got off and got done, it's like, did they even perform? It'd be like giving, y'all need to put a little bit more effort into that. Y'all need to put some back into it. They do more twerking and more performing on their Instagram live than they do in their goddamn stage performances. They are very dry, very it doesn't give anything. They're lazy. They are overrated. The City Girls, yeah, they got good songs, and I believe that, the young people, they love their music on the radio and stuff like that. But it's not giving to me where they can go on tour and they can be in multiple countries like a Beyonce or like a Lil Baby or like, a Meg Thee Stallion or a Nicki Minaj or a Cardi B. The City Girls need more artist development. They need more etiquette training. They need more media training. They need more stage performance training. They just need to be developed. QC, they need to develop them. They are overrated. I mean, they're lazy. They don't give shit in their performances. You get up there thinking that they get up there and you think that they get ready. Oh shit, it's time for the turkulator. And then they give you some old stiff-ass performances. Period. Okay, y'all. We found out I'm a city girl. And they're not doing no type of damn movement. They're stiff. They have no stage presence. The dancers is doing more than them. So, girl, you're a little bit, at this point, you're just doing a little bit too much. You thinking too much of yourself. A little bit too more than what it's giving. You don't have enough to be giving that type of don't you in my business. You don't have enough. You're not talented enough. You're not big enough as an artist to be given that kind of goddamn attitude. We need more. I need to see more. It's stiff. At this point, Saucy Santana got y'all beat. I mean, when you bring Santana out, it livens up the performance. That's why JT at that performance snatched the mic from Saucy Santana. Give me my shit back. You're not going to upstage me in my own shit. Saucy Santana was getting ready to come. He came out there and put that work in real quick and showed you what it needed and gave what it needed to give. He understood what he needed to do to liven up that performance. So, girl, you are a little bit too cocky for who you are. At this point, you need to beef it up a little bit more, child. Because at this point, it's not giving. It ain't giving. It's giving, it's giving bum. Child, it's giving bum. Huh. So if you are pregnant, if JT is pregnant, I don't understand what the big deal is. If you pregnant, you're pregnant. You want to be pregnant by a bum. You want to be pregnant by Lil Uzi Vert, someone that is mentally, verbally abusing you on live, making you look like a fool. That's your business, just like you said. You're the one that got to deal with a baby from a man that doesn't respect you, has no type of respect in public for you. That's on you that you would go and get pregnant by someone like that. And really, like I said in my other video, these young women, they really kill me with this laying up and not having protection, not taking precautions. It seems like everyone just getting pregnant and they not even in these relationships for long. They just, it shows that nobody is practicing safe. They're not having no type of protection. It's just giving jump in the bed, do, no protection, skeet all. You can skeet. You can skeet. I mean, I would be embarrassed too if I'm just letting somebody just skeet. Where's the rubbers? Where's the protection? No type of role models. These kids these days, these artists these days, no type of role models. That's why I try to shield and protect my kids and, watch what it is that they're watching. Parents, we got to keep an eye out on these kids, because these rappers, these young girls these days, they don't want to be role models. They are not any kind of role models, and they will tell you in a minute, it is not my responsibility to be your child's role model, but still and yet they want our kids' money. They want our kids to buy these records. They want our kids to stream their albums. They want our kids to watch their videos. They want our kids to buy their merchandise, but at the same time, they will turn around in a heartbeat and tell you that they are not responsible for your children, and they are not responsible for being role models. And I think that is effed up, because if you want my money and you want my kids' money, but you want to turn around and say that you're not responsible for them, but they're listening to your music and they're idolizing you, they're worshiping the ground you walk on, they watching everything on your social media, but at the same time you want to turn around and say you're not responsible, you're not a role model. But that is the difference between these artists these days and the artists that we grew up on. The artists that we grew up on, they understood that they were role models and they had no problem being that. They understood that they were being an example to kids. They understood that the kids was idolizing them, listening to their music. And so they had no problem with that. Going to schools, having these concerts, having the kids meet and greet. They had no problem with being role models. Nowadays, these damn artists will tell you in a minute, F your kids, F you. But they want the kids' money. It don't add up to me. So parents, it is on us to be present, and you need to watch, because a person like a JT, her as an example, getting pregnant by a little Uzi Vert, someone that put a damn rock in the middle of his forehead, cut a hole in the middle of his forehead and put a rock there. You had to be on some type of demonic influence to put a rock in the middle of your forehead. A rock. At the end of the day, I can't even see what these two even see in each other. They like night and day. Doesn't even look like, it's not even giving compatibility. So at the end of the day, JT, if you're pregnant by Lil Uzi Vert, that is your business. But it's giving nasty. It's giving skeet. No type of protection. Just skeet all. You can skeet. I don't care. I don't know where you been at, where it been at. But you are all right with me. I don't need no protection. I don't need nothing. You can just go on and skeet. Child, bye. Rita Douglas said what he did. Y'all remember he was the first person to cut a hole. He had a whole diamond or ruby, some red ruby or something in the middle of his forehead. He has since taken it out. But you know how they all getting rocks on their teeth and all this? He put a rock in his forehead, a red ruby in his forehead, a red ruby or a diamond or something like that. And it was in his forehead. I don't know I think he has since removed it. But, yep, you can go on and Google that and you'll be able to, there's still pictures online of him with that rock in the middle of his forehead. These kids are demonic. I mean, they have demonic activity, child, demonic influences. That's the only thing that I could say. Demonic influences. But she is telling you and your children to mind your damn business. Half of y'all can't even run your own goddamn life. So why are you trying to run her life is what she's saying. Get out her business. So she's telling you to get out her business. Get out her pocketbook too. Get out her goddamn streaming too. Stop streaming their music and stop watching their social media. Stop putting money in these celebrities' pockets that are telling you to mind your damn business, that are cussing you out every 5 minutes. Then if you want to cuss me out and you don't want me to tell you my opinion, then stop asking for my damn money. Go get your own goddamn money some other kind of way. It kills me with these celebrities that want to cuss people out and tell them to mind their business, but we are the ones that are putting money in your pocket. We feeding you. Our money is what's making you rich. You got one time to tell me to get out your bed. Okay, pack it up. Bye. You got one time to tell me to pack it up. Bye. Bye, girl. You ain't got to tell me twice. Now, Summer Walker, the people are saying that Summer Walker is the next Mary J Blige. The people is saying that Summer Walker is today's Mary J Blige. What do y'all think about that? Summer Walker is today's Mary J Blige. Summer Walker. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think about that. Do you think that Summer Walker is the next Mary J Blige? She is today's modern times Mary J Blige. This is Summer Walker. Now, this is Summer Walker. Is it giving Mary J? Now, I'm going to put the queen up there. I'm going to put the queen up there. This is the queen of soul, Mary J Blige. Is it giving? This is Mary J. Is Summer Walker the modern day Mary J Blige? This is the queen of soul. She's notorious for a look. She can serve a look. Not only a voice, but she can serve a look. I'm not going to say that, Mary's voice is the best, because we've all know that she struggled in the past with, her vocals. But she's got that sultry soul sound. We can't deny it, that she's got that sound. We know she screams and stuff like that in her performances, but we know Mary can put together a look. Mary can put together a look. So I'm going to ask, is Summer Walker modern day Mary J Blige? That's Summer Walker and Mary J. Summer Walker. Is she today's Mary J Blige? Whoo. Child, y'all social media, y'all getting out of here. Y'all getting disrespectful. Y'all getting disrespectful with y'all posts. Like, now at this point, it's giving y'all just ain't got shit else to say. And y'all just saying any damn thing. This says, Summer Walker is the Mary J Blige of our generation. In my opinion, Summer Walker cannot even compare with Mary J Blige. Summer Walker cannot compare. She cannot compete where she does not compare. She does not compare with Mary J Blige at this point. I'm trying to give y'all some time in the comments to make y'all comments and let me know if you agree that Summer Walker is the Mary J Blige of our generation. All right, so I see that a lot of people are saying that it's a no. She tried it. Miss Gardner says she tried it. Right? She tried it. She tried it, girl. Because it's a strong no for me. Summer Walker is in no way, shape, or form is she comparable to Mary J. Blige. First of all, it is not even with the actual, it's not even with the actual performance or, you know, the voice. It is just with the experience. Summer Walker hadn't even been out long enough to even start having that conversation. Like, we can't even have that conversation and put Summer Walker with Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige is the queen of soul. Mary J. Blige is the queen of R&B. Mary J. Blige is notorious for putting together a look. I mean, a hairstyle, her outfits, just her whole persona. Mary J. Blige is a legend. You can't put Summer Walker in that conversation. Summer Walker is nowhere, in no way, just not even with the etiquette, you know, with the poise. And this is the conversation that we need to have about these artists, these younger artists these days. They don't know anything about artist development. They don't know anything about media training. When you were in a contract, when you first got a contract back in the day and you got a deal, the label sent you through all types of training. They sent you through all types of boot camps, artist development, media, you know, how to be in public, etiquette training, public speaking, all of that. These kids nowadays, these labels give them a deal, give them a chain, give them a car, give them a little deal, and they think they have arrived. They haven't even sold out arenas. They selling out TikToks. They selling out Instagram lives. They haven't even sold out major tours. They haven't even been on 80 country tours, 100 country tours, South Africa, Korea, all these things, selling out major stadiums. They selling out little clubs. They selling out little movie theaters, arenas, theaters that people play, you know, do plays at and shit. They ain't selling out no major stadiums, football stadiums, and going to all these different countries. When you can do that, when you can go on 100 city world tours, then you can talk. Then you can say that maybe you can have a conversation saying that you can be put up against a great. Hey, Red Hot, until you can do that, we can't even have this kind of conversation. We can't put Summer Walker in the same sentence as Mary J. Blige. No way. No way. But they love to have these conversations. Who is the next this? Who is the next Mary? Who is the next Mariah? Who is the next Janet? Who is the next Michael Jackson? First of all, none of them is going to be the next anything, because social media, the internet, that done blew that. Back in the day, you had to sell records. You actually had to sell units. You actually had CDs and tape cassettes and albums that you had to sell. That people went in Tower Records and the mall, in these damn radio stores, FYE, and all these stores in the mall, and you had cassettes and CDs, units that you actually physically sold. People was going gold, platinum, 5-time platinum, and all this. That's not, you're never going to see those days again. Those days have come and gone. So the type of artist that existed back then doesn't exist now. Streaming and going viral on TikTok and having a challenge named after you, that's the goal now. Back in the day, you actually had to have units. You actually had to sell records. You had to sell albums. Your units were counted, not streams. How many times somebody streamed a song. We're talking about how many freaking units were sold. Being able to go into a record store and listen to an album, listen to a CD, and figure out if you wanted to buy something. These days now, streams 99 cents. You could buy a freaking stream for 80 cents or 50 cents or something like that. You had to pay $16.99 for a CD. Maybe $25 for a double cassette, a double CD. A CD that had 25 songs, one side, side A, side B. We're never going to see those days again. I see they try and come back out with vinyls and stuff like that. But the music industry has been ruined by the internet. It's been ruined by streaming. The music industry took a big hit when streaming and LimeWire and all that came out and people started illegally distributing people's songs and, people's albums. So the internet has really played a role in taking down a lot of revenue when it comes to album sales, when it comes to media. The internet has destroyed those times. So we will never be having those conversations again. We'll never have those conversations on who's the next this and who's the next that. Who gonna sell out this and who gonna sell out that. The only stages these damn artists are selling out now is TikTok stages and Instagram lives. When these kids go live on Instagram, you got thousands of people that tune in right off the bat. And who getting that money? Instagram getting paid because they got ads streaming. They got ads streaming on the shit. Or YouTube, when they load up their videos on YouTube. Who's making money off that? Google, because they got their ads placed in it. And then who else gets that money? Their labels. Their label get that revenue. The internet has really put a damper on a lot of things when it comes to these industries. So it'll never be the same. Just like when I was talking about Wendy Williams. There'll never be another person that gives out tea the way Wendy was giving it out on the radio and on her Hot 97 show and all of that. Because by the time somebody finds out a rumor, every damn blog has had it. TMZ is the major outlet now. So everybody is reporting. TMZ and the Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, all this. Everybody gets their tea from the Shade Room, from TMZ. There's never going to be another Wendy Williams because there is not the element of surprise or the element of secrecy. The internet has changed the game. As soon as someone is told something, it travels. And now everybody got the information. So all you really tuning in is to hear everybody's damn commentary and hear what this person's perspective. Nowadays, everything is all someone's perspective. It's not tea. It's perspective. It's commentary. You tuning in to hear what I think. Let me go see what Sweet Pea think about Kelly Price. I tried to give you some fresh tea. I tried to get, but you don't want that. You want me to tell you some La La Land shit. That's what, and see, I keep telling people, y'all can unsubscribe. A lot of y'all do unsubscribe. Soon as you hear some shit you don't like, I'm unsubscribing. I don't give a damn. Bye. It don't bother me. Bye. A lot of y'all want to be lied to, and I keep telling you that's not who I am. I'm not about to lie. Kelly Price is on some bullshit. Your ass ain't missing, girl. Come out and tell the people where the hell you are and stop playing. Your ass somewhere getting treatment some goddamn where. You drying out some damn where. Tell the people where your ass is at. You been had COVID. That's over. Tell the people where you're at. And stop having your family worried about you. Your kids worried about you. Your goddamn sister and people worried about you. Because your ass wants attention. Because you ain't selling out arenas and your career is done went down the tubes. Because whatever the hell you doing. You need to stop your madness and reach out to your family and be done with the shit. Stop communicating through this person. That girl, there's nothing wrong with that girl. She is fine. She is not missing. Period. But that's what y'all want. Y'all want that narrative. Y'all would rather that. Oh, well, maybe the husband killed her. Well, maybe this person did this. No, it's nothing wrong with her ass. Girl, stop your shit. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Matt H said the old Hollywood and music industry had to have relationships with the gossip rags and reporters. Nowadays, everybody can say what they want and post it everywhere. The internet killed the game. Yup. So, no, we're not about to have that conversation. Mary J Blige and Summer Walker do not compare. Y'all not about to put that on her. Mary J Blige is a goddamn legend. She's the queen of soul. And Summer Walker will never be. She could never. I mean, let's just start with the hair. Let's just start with the outfit. Let's just start with the fact that this girl says she don't wash her ass. Okay? Let's just start with that, where she says she don't like to take baths. All right, let's just start with that, with her goddamn hygiene. And it don't surprise me, because every time I see her, it's giving sweaty. Every time I see Summer Walker, it's giving sweaty. Look at this. She looks sweaty and look like she didn't take a bath. She looks sweaty, her hair, she always looking like her skin is sweating. Look at this. She always looked like she's dirty. She looked dirty and funky. When I see her, it never looks clean. She looks dirty and funky. Every time I look at a picture of Summer Walker, it gives oily and funky. So when she said that she didn't take a bath, she don't like taking baths. She takes showers. She don't like taking baths. It gave funk. And then it was something else she said that was funky. I can't remember it. So, honey, we not even about to do that to Mary. We not even about to do that to Mary. Right, Matt? That's what she said. She said she uses oil instead of soap. It was something like that. Herbs or something. So, honey, how can you need soap or deodorizer. You need the deodorizer and the lye in the soap in order to kill them germs. It's giving, we need the lye in the soap. Yup. And she wasn't wearing deodorant. I think that was another thing too. She said she didn't wear deodorant. It was something else like that too. So her hygiene is just not comparable to Mary J Blige. Her hygiene, just that alone. I mean, look at Mary. Look at Mary. Summer Walker could never. Look at Mary J Blige. I mean, just the body alone, just the etiquette, just her as an artist, she could never compare to Mary J Blige. So let's not even have that conversation. That's not even a conversation that we need to be having, child. This girl will never be able to compare to Mary J Blige. At all. At all. Now, Soulja Boy is saying that he has been patient. Lord, I have been patient. And I want a baby. I've been patient, Lord, and I want a baby. I have everything I want in life except for a son. God, please bless me. I've been patient. Child, these kids crack me up with wanting children. These celebrities that are kids, they crack me up with thinking that kids are some type of trophies, like there's some type of playthings. I mean, I get it. You in a mansion in the hills. You have a lovely house, a large house. You've got money out the behind. He's got a game, a console. Soulja Boy is actually doing good for himself. I know that people, like, what is Soulja Boy even doing? Soulja Boy got money, okay? When he went viral back in the day, Soulja Boy is actually the first artist to actually do the viral thing, and do the challenge thing. You remember the Superman and Soulja Boy is a trendsetter, and at the same time, he's still making a little music. His social media is thriving, and he's got a video game console. So Soulja Boy is not broke. He's very much so got a few dollars. But at this point, he's saying that he need a baby. He need a son. But I just don't think that these kids, they think this shit all the way through. They think it's the thing to do to have a child. Like, he want to see a little soldier running around. He want to see a little boy running around. All men want to see another them running around. But at the same time, are you even responsible? Are you even ready for that? All we see is him smoking weed, on camera. He's always bugging out, going through stuff with people, fighting and arguing and acting like he get ready to beat somebody down. I can't see him being anybody's father at this point. And who would he even have a baby with? It's giving white girl, though. I know Soulja Boy like white women. I know he like white women. I know, he had Nia. He had Nia Riley. He had, and allegedly, I ain't even going to say allegedly because she was on, we all know that she did an interview and she alleges that he put his hands on her and he pulled out a weapon. He brandished a weapon. So it's giving he is an abuser. So what is he even doing wanting to have a child and bring a child up into the type of lifestyle that he lives? I could see a son following in his footsteps. What type of role model would he be? What type of, what would he even teach a son? That it's okay to put your hands on a female? So these kids, as I said, they're not ready for children. They need to grow up. They need to mature before they can even start talking about having a conversation and having kids. You're not married. You don't even have a woman. So what, you just gonna have a baby with some random woman? You just gonna have a baby with some random girl? Some girl that you messing with, you just gonna get her? Again, the nut narrative, the no condom, no nothing, just nut, just skeet narrative, because that's what they do. They just go around skeeting. They don't wrap it up. They don't have no type of protection. Just skeet, skeet, skeet. Just skeet, skeet, skeet. I need a baby. I can just skeet, skeet, skeet. So who would you even be getting pregnant? Who would get pregnant by Soulja Boy? He's not ready for no child at this point. He just thinks that, it's be cute to see a little soldier running around, to see another little boy running around that looks, oh, that's my son, dressed like him and have him on his hip, have chains around his neck, and because that's what these kids do. They want to have the little kids by their side, post them up on social media so the world's like, oh, he's so cute. Look at little soldier. They think kids are playthings. They think kids are objects. You got to be emotionally and mentally prepared to raise a child. Like, come on. And he probably feels like he's getting older. He's not getting any younger. And it's time for him to have a child. But it's giving, you need to mature. You need to grow up before you can be anyone's father. All in the comments. Everybody, I can see a little soldier. No one's talking about being mature. Where are the grown-ups telling this boy, you need to grow up, you need to mature, you need to keep your hands off women first before you can be thinking about having a child. And who are you married to? Who you with to even be getting them pregnant? Who would Soulja Boy be impregnating? But everybody out there, yeah, get a little soldier. Yeah, that'd be cute. You see a little soldier running around. Kids are not objects. Kids are not objects. They're not something to be, idolized and have on your hip and on your arm to make you look good. Kids, they're a lifetime commitment. They need love. They need emotional attending to, and they need mental attending to. Money doesn't make, money is not going to make everything. You need to be mentally and emotionally prepared for a child. So, honey, y'all better not let Soulja Boy get near you, because Soulja Boy trying to nut. He trying to nut. So all the women out there that's looking for a Soulja Boy, that thinking you gonna get with Soulja Boy trying to nut. He want a baby. So stay far away from Soulja Boy, because he trying to nut. He want a baby. He don't want to wear no rubber. He don't want to wear no condom. As soon as you get with him, he trying to nut. He want to get you pregnant. He want to get you pregnant. And Lovely Libra said he need to go to the rehab. Exactly, because all I see him doing is smoking, lean, popping pills. They be all ecstasy, Molly, all of these young kids. That's what they be doing. That's exactly what they need to do. They need to go dry out. Yo Griffin said Big Draco. Okay. Big Draco said he want to nut. He trying to nut. He said, I ain't wearing no condom. I'm not wearing no protection. I want to nut. I want to make a baby. Which is just nasty. It's like you just come right out and say you just want a baby. It's like no protection, no nothing. I just want a baby. Child. Well, and that leads me to Chris Cuomo. How do they even say? How do y'all even say this man's name? Chris Cuomo and Governor Cuomo, the two that feel as though they can sexually harass women. They got it going on to where though they can assault, they can, sexually assault women, and they can get away with it. So now Governor Cuomo had been excused and, for his events. And now we are finding out that his brother is being brought up and accused of the same thing. Child, I can't make this shit up. Being accused of the same thing. Chris Cuomo accused of sexual harassment by former ABC executive producer. Just a few weeks after his brother resigned as New York governor over sexual harassment accusations, Chris Cuomo is facing a similar firestorm. The CNN host was accused of sexually harassing a former executive producer for ABC and CBS named Shelley Ross. Shelley wrote an opinion article published in the New York Times that details the incident. She alleges that in 2005, she and her husband attended a going-away party for an NBC colleague when Chris arrived. He allegedly greeted her with a strong bear hug while lowering one hand to firmly grab and squeeze the cheek of my buttock. Shelley says she and her husband, who allegedly saw the whole exchange, immediately left the party. About an hour later, Chris reportedly sent her an email apologizing. The email is included in the opinion piece, with Chris allegedly writing, "So pass along my apology to your good and noble husband, and I apologize to you as well for even putting you in such a position. This is a developing story." Wow. So you actually gonna play in my husband's face like that? So he actually played in that man's face like that. You played in that man's face like that. Is that what you really gonna do? And you really want me to believe, as a husband, that man let you play in his face? So this happened in 2005, and I know that it happened because if there was an email and he admitted to doing it, then he's going to be gone from CNN. They going to get rid of him, okay? It's giving, you're going to get ready to get the boot. Because how could you just do that in front of a husband? And where was your husband? Why, honey, if that was anybody else's husband, you would have got knocked the F out. You better be glad that was a white woman, because I know it was a white woman and I know it was a white man. He just said, come on, Shelly, get up. Shelly, let's go. I can't believe he did that. Let's go, Shelly. God damn it. I can't believe the nerve of him. The nerve of him to put his hands on my wife. Now, anybody else, you would have got knocked the F out. Anybody else, if that was giving black man, Latina man, any other man, even a white brother that got a little bit of in him, probably would have knocked your ass out. How you even have the audacity to put your hands on somebody's behind in front of their husband? I know that had to be the weak white man, because ain't no way a husband would have stood there and watched you put his hand on his wife. Watched you put your hand on his wife's behind and ain't clock you a new one. It ain't went upside your head. That had to, it was giving, they was in a public place and the white man restrained himself. Go, come on, Shelly. God damn it. I can't believe him. The nerve of that man. He put his hands on my wife? Oh, no, not ever. My golly gee. The audacity of him. Shelly, let's get out of here. Get your purse, get your coat, and let's go now. Get to the car now, Shelly. Let's go to the car right now. I am perplexed. No damn way. That son of a, he's going to get it. Ain't no damn way a husband will sit there and watch a man put his hands on your behind and not rip him a new one right there. Okay? And then this has happened in 2005. We're at 2021 now. What is with this, all of these things happening over 10 plus years ago, and people just now coming out of the woodworks saying something about these things? I would have said something the very next day. Listen, this happened to me. This man did this. Why would you be waiting 10 years? But see, this is the type of stuff that makes me believe that a lot of these things, people know about it, and the powers that be, they be protecting these people until they slip up and they do some stuff that they are not supposed to do. And then the floodgates open, and then all of their stuff is exposed. Because there is no way that something like this can happen over 10 plus years ago. You did it in front of her husband. He didn't do anything to you. Nobody knew about it. And now all of a sudden in 2005, now boom, it wants to come out. This always seems suspicious to me. It makes me feel like these people, they know, the powers that be, they be knowing what these people do. And as soon as you don't play ball or somebody does something that they're not supposed to do, they expose you. And they allow your dirty laundry to come out. How is it that this happened in front of your husband and nobody's saying anything? What kind of husband you got? Where he sat there and let this man put his hands on your behind. And y'all just gathered your things and gathered your belongings and y'all just left. And then he has the audacity to send you an email, pass on to your lovely husband. Are you serious? Are you serious? It just don't sound right. Any man, I don't care whether you're white, black, Puerto Rican, whatever. What husband is going to allow another man to put their hands on their wife? Child. I never see anything like that, whether it's white. I don't care. It's not, we can't always think just because a white man, it happened to a white man, that they're weak. Because there's some white men that's about it out here. They'll rip you a new one. They'll knock your ass out. So it just doesn't sound right. It's like, what were these people hiding? Who was over this? Who made this go away? And then now it's giving the governor's being exposed, and now you're being exposed. It just makes me seem, it makes me feel like there's more to whatever goes on in Hollywood, whatever goes on in the entertainment industry. There's no way that this could just happen and now all of a sudden it's being exposed. The Cuomo brothers, they didn't play nice to the powers that be, and now it's giving exposed. Now it's time for you to be exposed. 2005, yeah, okay. Give me a break. Don't make sense, and it doesn't add up. Doesn't add up. All right. Now, The View. The View. So, sorry. The View's host tests positive for COVID. All right. So, The View's pulls hosts Sunny Hostin and Anna Navarro mid-show after positive COVID tests. ABC's The View pulled hosts Sunny Hostin and Anna Navarro mid-show after the women tested positive for COVID. This happened right as the hosts were about to bring out Vice President Kamala Harris. As a safety precaution, Kamala was interviewed remotely from another room in the studio.
For a second.
Okay. Anna and
we're going to bring you back later.
Have to leave.
Yeah. Yes.
And we'll tell you why.
More information later. It's a tease.
We'll tell you why in a couple of minutes. So shall I introduce the Vice President?
Yes.
Okay. So, Vice President, no.
Nope.
Okay. So
I need the two of you to step off for a second.
Okay. Anna and
we're going to bring you back later.
Have to leave.
Yeah. Yes.
And we'll tell you why.
More information later. It's a tease.
We'll tell you why in a couple of minutes. So shall I introduce the Vice President?
Yes.
Okay. So, Vice President, no.
Nope.
Okay. So
I need the two of you to step off first.
Child, these people are crazy. These people are crazy. They doing a goddamn piece and they test positive for COVID, I guess. So you know these big networks, they do COVID tests every day. They pay for, their talents to be tested every day. When they come on set and whatnot, they get tested. So probably while they were on air, the results came back. It just so happened the two of them tested positive. So what does that tell you? They've been sitting there all this time. They probably have had interaction. They don't have on masks. And this opens up the whole conversation of just because you're being tested at work every day and every day you don't have it, and then all of a sudden you pop up with it. Why are you not wearing a mask? They still should be sitting there with masks on. Why do they not have on a mask? So you have just potentially exposed everyone in that studio. Everyone that did your hair, your makeup, all of that stuff that day, you've exposed the entire studio. You exposed the people in the back. You exposed the people on set. You exposed the cameraman, everybody. The other two that were sitting next to you, you've exposed everyone. Why no mask? But that's the false sense of security that people have. They think because they've been getting tested every day and every day you haven't had COVID, it's been, negative. You still should be wearing a mask because it just goes to show you that you could be potentially brewing. Like, okay, yesterday you didn't have it, but now today you have it. So that meant that you did have it, you just didn't test positive. And now, today you tested positive. So you've been exposing everyone all week. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, just because you have this, all the money to, these studios have money to test and buy all these tests. COVID is a very tricky virus. And it's like, you never know when it's going to strike, and you never know when it's going to hit you. So you should always be prepared and just keep the mask. The mask is the safest. It is the safest thing. It is the safest precaution to keep you safe. It's just to wear the mask. So after everyone has already been exposed, you pull them off. And now they ended up doing the interview with Kamala from a remote location. She ended up not coming on. Okay, but everybody else was just exposed. So, it just goes to show you that it doesn't make any sense. People, the way they handle this and the way that they approach COVID, it's a very false sense of security. So they don't expose everybody, and everybody has been exposed now. So why take them off? You might as well have just left them on set. Period. So our last topic, last but not least, Chloe Bailey, child. Oh gosh, Chloe Bailey. We can't. We gotta talk about this, child. These Photoshop pictures. These are Photoshop, definitely. These Photoshop pictures. Woo! You tell me that these pictures are not Photoshop. Child, these pictures. Child, now if that ain't Photoshop, I don't know what it is. if she had an issue with her being body shamed, with the people body shaming her and saying that, she is proud of her body and she, she is not ashamed of her body, then why is she photoshopping her photos? Because those photos are photoshopped. They are very much so photoshopped, okay? The legs look long. I don't know if they meant for them to look photoshopped. I don't know if they, because sometimes people do that. They are going for that effect and they trying to make the legs look long, and they were trying to like contour the pictures and give it that effect. But I don't think so. I think that they purposely photoshopped them to make her look skinnier, that they were trying to make her look more curvier and thin. But she has a great body. She has a beautiful body, and I don't think that she needs to get caught up into start doing that. Like, do not start allowing these industry people and the, your team and your editors and your artist development people and your your PR and the people that are working with you with your social media page. Don't allow them to start putting you in this box of what you're supposed to look like, what a black girl is supposed to look like, because you're beautiful. Chloe Bailey, if she got body. If she ain't got nothing, she got body. She's got body. She's pretty. She's all natural. She is a beautiful black young lady. And she does not need to let them put her in this box where she's supposed to be looking thin and she's supposed to not be looking as plump and curvy because she has very thick legs. Her legs are thick and she got big legs. And we all know big girls with big legs, honey, men love that. Men love big, long legs. I don't know where they think, but where they live or where they from, but men love big legs. Men love legs. They love long, thick legs. And she has very good looking legs. Big, thick, curvy. So this right here, this is giving white girl, child. This is giving white girl. Okay, this is giving, they saying that I gotta look a certain way. Like, look at that. That is photoshopped. Chloe is much more curvier than that. Now, I don't know if they tried to they gave it the effect to do, to make it look like the legs are long and stuff. But even down to her waist area, like, this is photoshopped. It's photoshopped, even with trying to highlight her skin to look lighter. They're trying to make her look lighter in these pictures. Like, no, ma'am. You are brown skin. You are a brown skin woman. You are a brown skin woman. And this is what the industry does. It's giving, you have to look a certain way. Lighter is is brighter. Bright is right. No. Nothing wrong with being a brown skin woman. Nothing wrong with that. Exactly, Miss Gardner. The Photoshop pics is giving her more booty. Exactly, because we know she got a little flat little cupcake back there. They got it looking like it's more poked out and round. We know that she's got a nice shape behind, but it's more flatter. It's like flat and curvy. It's not poked out. But see, they have photoshopped these pictures to give her that effect. And we know that's not her natural looking body. That's not what her body looked like. We know what she looks like. And this is not it. Look how thin. Look how that looks. That's not her. That is not her body, girl. Now, I don't know if it was purposely done to give her like, just to give her that photo effect. They were just going for making her pictures look good. But honey, we didn't have to, like right here. Why does she have to look so light right there? Why does it have to look light skin? Why did they have to put that glow and make it look like that hue be more lighter? It's nothing wrong with her being brown skin. And then we go here and we see the brown skin. Why does it have to look light? Like, leave her complexion alone. She is a brown skin woman. So, Chloe Bailey, please do not allow your team to box you in with this look that you have to look a certain way and you have to, give light is bright, bright is right. There's nothing wrong with being a brown-skinned woman. It's nothing wrong with having that complexion. Nothing wrong at all. She's a beautiful girl, and she does not need to get boxed in by the industry, because that is exactly what it's giving. It's giving, I'm trying to fit this mold and I'm trying to be successful, so I need to, go with what they say. No, don't allow them to put you in that box. Be you. Keep your natural body, because unfortunately it's really sad. They start promoting surgeries and they start telling them that they need to get, breasts, and they need to get their butt pumped, and they need to get their cheeks pumped and their lips pumped. Since when did black women need their lips pumped? Since when did black women need their butt pumped? Since when did black women need to get any work done? We are notorious for being thickums already. So I'm really, I'm just hoping that she doesn't get caught up into the industry vibes and that she's got to look a certain way in order to be successful, because she doesn't. She's beautiful as she is. And I mean, look at your mentor, Beyonce. She didn't get any work done. She didn't get her butt done. She didn't get her breasts done. She stayed natural. Now, I don't know about her face. I don't know if she had a little nip tuck. I don't know if she had a little nose, little Botox, little cheek. But Beyonce didn't get her breasts done. She didn't get her butt pumped. She kept it very classy, very neat, very womanly. She had lost a lot of weight at one point, to give the thin look, after having children. She came down in size. But Beyonce has been notorious for having a beautiful body, natural body. So I'm praying that Chloe stays in that, that mindset where her own natural body is sufficient. It is enough. You don't need to get surgeries. You don't need to enhance, because these young people these days, they very much so believe in surgeries. They really believe in surgeries, and it's sad. I watched Big Lotto. Look at Big Lotto. Look at Mulatto. She started off looking like the little Disney teen princess, and now look at her. She looks like a porno star. Every time you see her, she's got her behind out. Look at that Big Energy video where she's got that skirt and she got a G-string, and you see her whole behind. It just looks funky and nasty. She done got pumped, breast pumped, behind pumped. I mean, it's sad to say it, but look at Cardi B. Cardi B talking about, she was saying when she was pregnant, she want more surgery done. She can't wait to get more surgery. They get addicted to the knife. They get addicted to the Botox. They get addicted to the needle. They get addicted to these surgeries once they get started. So Chloe Bailey, please do not get started with surgeries. Don't get started with enhancing or taking away from your body, even with Photoshop. Because if you start doing that now, you're going to start, mentally, you're telling yourself that there's something wrong with your body. It's something wrong with how you look, something wrong with how your pictures look. And then you're going to start experimenting with surgeries, dibbling, dabbling with that, and you don't need that. You are a beautiful young lady. Keep it like that. And keep it natural. Keep it natural. So you guys, we've been at this for a long time. We've been at it. I'm pretty sure it's giving a couple hours. I'm pretty sure we've been at this for 2.5 hours. All right. We had our little pajama jam. We had a pajama jam. I had on my little, y'all like my little pajamas? I got, this is a pants set too. It is, it's a top and a bottom, child. Yes, it's a top and bottom. Yes, it's a top and bottom. I got the top and I got the bottom, honey. But we are starting to glitch. It's starting to pause and all this because my program says, Sweet Pea, you've been at this for 2.5 hours. It's time to go, girl. The people is tired. You is tired. You starting to talk in circles now. It's time to let it go. So if you are catching the replay, you guys, make sure you drop down in the comments. Make sure you let me know what you think about all of these topics. What is it giving with the Cuomo, the Como brothers? Maybe we should call them the Como brothers because they like to come. Ooh, I didn't say that. But yeah, what is it giving with them, and what is it giving with Beyonce? Do you guys think that she's gonna retire? I mean, even though she said she's making new music, she's got some new music I think that Beyonce is setting up for Chloe Bailey. She thinks that Chloe is gonna take the world by storm. So I think she's trying to exit the equation to let Chloe do her thing. And what is it giving with JT? You guys let me know. Do you think that she is preggo? Do you think that she's just, embarrassed because she let the skeet, and we know, like, damn, girl, you didn't use no condom. You let little Uzi Vert skeet. Do you think that she's embarrassed, and so she just don't want to tell everybody? She just want to wait. She just want to wait until we just see it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments. I am always excited and anxious to hear what you have to say. So thank you for hanging in, all of the people. It is still 64 people here. At one point tonight we had 112 people. I think that they got a little upset about the Kelly Price narrative and the Kelly Price commentary, but I really don't care. I am not here to give you your opinion. I'm here to give my opinion and my commentary. If you unsubscribe, you just unsubscribe. I don't beg for subscriptions. I don't beg for chats, super chats. I don't beg for cash apps. I don't do any of that. My opinion and my thoughts and the views on this channel are mine. That's why it's called the Sweet Pea Diaries. I would hope that we can agree to disagree. And at the end of the day, we can live to see another day, and we can live to see another video. We can live to see another commentary. But, the views and opinions expressed on this channel are those of the Sweet Pea Diaries. That's what you tune in for. I would hope that we can be adults at the end of the day. I just feel that Kelly Price is doing a little bit too much. I feel as though if she is missing, she's missing. But if she's not, we already heard that the lawyer said she's not. Law enforcement said that they've confirmed that she's not. So why do you want to keep saying that she's missing and that the husband done did something to her and this, that, and the third? Kelly Price, come out and tell your people that you are all right. Call your family. Call your children. But I done already showed y'all proof. Kelly Price, if she's dealing with an issue with a substance abuse or something like that, there could be that narrative. It could be that issue. And she might be not wanting her family to know. There's a blackout period. There's things like that. So there are reasons. There are missing things to the story, and there's reasons for that. She doesn't want us to know. There's some things that this woman probably just doesn't want people to know. But at the end of the day, I think she's capping. I think it's an attention-seeking situation, and I think she need to just stop. At this point, she need to just stop with the, trying to get attention and just seeking attention. At this point, Kelly, you need to call your kids and call your family and stop with the BS. Hi, Itsy Bitsy. I see you, girl. I see you creeping on up in here. I see you, girl. But you guys, I love you. I thank you so much for being here and sticking with me for this long, listening to my rambling and watching me get drunk on camera. I love you. You guys have a good night. Bye.